Welcome to the Deadlock Podcast. I'm James, one of the co-founders of Deadlock, and of course, joining me today are the other two co-founders, the wonderful Marcus and Tony. I wish I could tell you that this episode of the podcast is a deep dive into the world of professional wrestling this week, but to be blunt with you, we kind of just talked about the Fiend and Jar Jar Binks for 2 hours, so enjoy.
Welcome back. The boys are back in town. Woo! Yeah, let's get the podcast.
That's my line.
My name is James. Thanks, guys. I had a gimmick, so I couldn't do the gimmicks, but I worked myself into a shoot.
The boys are back in town.
I worked myself into a shoot and the gimmicks and the shoot
let
gimmick.
Let me sauce it up for the boys, man. Let me sauce it up for the boys. Let me go ahead and get... The boys are back in town. See, you can't deliver it like that. You got to deliver it just like that. That's a diaphragm like talking right there,
before
baby.
You do it?
No, if I was vaping, man, I wish I had the... Oh, I do. If I was vaping, it'd be like this. Yeah, that's vaping.
Don't you realize you're going to die in like 3 minutes from vaping? Don't do it.
That's vaping, dude. Welcome back to Deadlock number 6. We're here to talk about wrestling for an hour or two with you. Of course, it's me, James, and I'm joined here by Tony and Marcus.
It's me, Tony Pizza.
It's a Mario.
Hey, your name's Mario now, huh? You just change your name whenever you want, huh?
It's a Mercutio.
That's what. So your name is actually pretty damn close to Mario. You Oompa Loompa. Let's talk about some wrestling, man. We got Raw, we got SmackDown, we got NXT, we got freaking Liger ripping his mask off and turning into a demon. John Morrison signed with the WWE for about 15 minutes. Everyone tweeted about it, and then he tweeted that he didn't sign with the WWE. So don't know what's going on with John Morrison. We got some UK stuff going on and some new announced teams that are kind of crazy, honestly. The Raw and SmackDown stuff. So we're going to break all that down, boys. You guys ready to do that?
Kind of, but yeah, let's go. Last week of mediocre wrestling.
Oh, that's true, man. It's about to get crazy, man. Wednesday nights are about to fire up.
It's premiere week. It's premiere week.
Did you see that they changed Total Divas? They changed that to they changed it off of Wednesdays, I think, right? They said that the fire's too hot. I think they changed it to Tuesdays. I think I might be the only person in this room that actually knows this information.
It's on Tuesdays.
Yes, or I don't know what it is. They changed the date.
It's on. So they're gonna have. We're gonna have the Tuesday Night War, brother. Impact and Total Divas Tuesday Night War. It's not counter programming, by the way. It's not
Total Divas is counter programming Impact, bro. This is raw. Yeah, they went for the neck with that one. It is. They really went for the neck. They said, "Oh, you want to do that intergender stuff? Well, check out our women."
Once they start putting the 24/7 title on Total Divas, it's total counter programming.
That's rough, dude.
Man,
that's
you
rough.
guys are hard.
That's rough. So
it's
we
not,
had.
Though. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. We only have a takeover-esque Wednesday show next week. It's not counter programming.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We had a couple of $10 patrons. We actually had a couple of other patrons too. I just wanted to say we just didn't have time to do the gimmicks this week just because I forgot that I was working on Saturday, until like 8 hours before when I can't remember who said. I think Tony said, "You working tomorrow?" Fuck yes,
I think I said, "Are we doing the podcast in the morning?" And you're like, "Oh crap, I have work."
Yeah,
I got work. Like all caps.
Yeah, that. So that's how it is. Sometimes life gets in the way and all that. So Mike C,
all that
Nick,
wrestling,
Dylan McNeil, Levi Hollowich, and Teeny Weeny Boy. Oh man, your gimmick's gonna be dick related. I can already tell. We will get that on the next Deadlock podcast, which should be next week.
Gimmick battle royal next week for you.
Yeah, we'll have something special. We had a couple other patrons. We had $5 patron with Jose Garcia and some $1. We had Zach Draw. We had Dustin Johnson, and we had Yurei Otaku. I'm gonna assume I said that right. Probably not. But I appreciate you guys going the extra mile there and hitting that up. Patreon.com/DeadlockPW. And of course, the Apple reviews keep coming in, man. That's awesome. Seeing that every week coming in is really cool. We're at 71 5-star ratings, which is a ton. I mean,
that's perfect.
Yeah, we've only had this is episode number 6, so that's actually, that number's kind of stupid. I love it.
I think last week we were at like 69, and it was like, just stay at 69 forever. But
yeah, somebody ruined it.
Why, Tony? Why?
69.
Because 69 is a sex act, Marcus, and it's funny. Yeah, just so you get it, man. I know you don't understand.
This nerd
man,
wouldn't know
so
anything
that's
about...
why X-Pac had 69 on his jersey all those years. All right.
Yeah, as a wrestling fan, I know a lot about 69s,
Hey, Pulse, can I read one of the reviews from the podcast? I have it pulled up here.
Nope.
All right. Well, it says 5-star review. Listen. 5-star review from Ultimate Stallion says, great podcast. Pulse, go back and play No Mercy, fool.
Did you add the fool, or did he say that?
He said fool at the end of the thing. He said, go back and do a No Mercy playthrough, fool.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
So that's how you get
wrestling too.
That's how you get James to do YouTube videos, is to leave 5-star ratings on the podcast and tell him to do No Mercy, fool.
Yeah, if 7 more people say that, maybe I'll do it. And they have to give a 5-star rating too. This is not.
Oh my! It's gonna happen.
It's not a joke. We actually had a couple of people. We had let's see, Dario815. He said that he loves this podcast like he likes bacon. He has 2 passions: bacon and pro wrestling, and now this podcast. So it's nice to see that.
Can we sizzle some bacon in the background for him?
No, don't you remember in that Office episode with Michael Scott where he left the bacon on the
he
George
stepped on the Foreman?
Stepped on it. He likes to smell a bacon, authentic smell in the morning. Well, how can you blame him? Sack Niner fan said, really good wrestling content. Pulse and Tony and Not That Marcus guy are all funny and handsome and good people. That's crazy, man. Wow. Thank you so much, Sack Niner fan.
Did he really say a Not That Marcus guy?
Actually, at the end here, he said, absolutely not that Marcus guy. That was at the end.
Right.
No, he actually said Marcus is also very handsome and not at all like Mario.
That's weird.
He slid in your DMs, Marcus. Watch out. He's coming.
What a great guy. What a fantastic man. This is probably going to, I'm thinking about it now, this might be the first episode we release on a Sunday. Unless I can blare through. We'll see. Hey, who knows?
That's not true. The first one was
released
on
about the
Sunday.
post show, right?
Did we upload the first episode on Sunday? Show?
Oh, or did we try Friday night that one time? We were like, okay, that was terrible. Let's do it again in the morning.
We might have. No, we also did a pay-per-view review. Didn't that go up right away?
Episode number 1, right, was... Yeah. It was like 4 a.m. on a Sunday when we started recording it. So that was the first one. But yeah. I think we tried to do one Friday night, the episode, the actual like first episode after the pay-per-view. And then like we just did it again when we weren't tired Saturday morning.
True.
So yeah, we've only had one episode on Sunday. So this is Sunday episode number 2, unless, it could be Saturday episode number 4. We'll see how I'm feeling after we finish up talking about all this kind of stuff here. We had a lot of stuff going down this week, We got SmackDown on Fox coming up. We got Raw on the same shit coming up. NXT versus AEW.
With Pyro, though. With Pyro.
We were just, it's funny, we were just talking about, I think we talked this into existence, actually. We were talking about Pyro.
We also did with the Kane thing too, because they put a documentary out right away, right after Kane. We're talking about Kane's cape, and they showed the picture on the documentary.
Paying attention, man.
Cornell.
Yeah, Cornell's putting the bricks in.
Cornell.
we're building the content brick by brick here. We got Kane coming through.
We talk about it, and then it comes into existence.
I actually talked about the Boogeyman one time too, and then he came back like a week later, which was kind of crazy. That all coincidences, but very welcome coincidences. If we could talk about the Hurricane more, that'd be cool.
The Fiend was on Fox NFL Sunday last week. I mean, it just happens, man. It just happens.
We have to get Pedro to do the Fiend in the Saints jersey. I forgot about the Saints jersey part. Someone said, "Where's the Saints jersey?" I'm like, "Shit, I forgot about that part."
He's wearing the tie though. It's
Drew Brees fan.
We'll do it every week for his predictions with the Fiend's Fox NFL Sunday predictions. Will be perfect.
God.
And we'll just wear a different jersey every week.
Can I get a record scratch?
That's actually the best idea ever. Okay, so every Sunday the Fiend will pick one game from NFL Sunday. Wear the jersey. That's actually the greatest idea ever. Perfect. Okay. Oh, that writes us out. Thank you, the Fiend. That's awesome.
That was a really tight spiral. What do you think, the Fiend?
The Fiend.
Yeah, of course. You got to make sure you get that branded in there.
Thank you, The Fiend.
They used to do that for The Undertaker, too. I was watching back on old stuff, and they used to do that, The Undertaker. Oh, here
Thank
comes
you, The Undertaker.
Yeah. This guy just like,
The Undertaker showed up at football. Why can't The Fiend show up at football,
Undertaker is definitely, I think, did he...
The Undertaker, by the way.
Yeah,
I still lose my shit on that. I could just imagine the Fiend on the sideline just taking in a game, like Fox zooming in. Well, but we got a bunch of celebrities here at the game. The Fiend is on the sideline.
He's just hiding behind like a lamppost or something. Yeah, who is that
just
back
sitting
there?
in the corner.
He's in a Saints jersey. It's the Fiend.
No,
Oh, dude.
He's definitely one of those guys that wears a football jersey that's like 2 times as big as his human body too. I just know it. I can tell it.
Oh man, WWE did that whole like that roulette where you had to tap your finger, like on social, where you had to tap your finger and take a screenshot of who was going to be drafted by Raw, SmackDown, and I guarantee you the number one posted was the Fiend every single time, and I think I owe that to us. That's because I posted the Fiend.
Tony actually found it, and the Discord just went nuts. The Discord when we posted that just went nuts.
SmackDown has drafted the Fiend.
Like, if he actually gets drafted, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Just so you know.
Oh my god!
if they fucking have Linda McMahon draft the Fiend, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Linda McMahon.
I'm gonna lose my marbles, dude.
The lights go off, and then all of a sudden, the Fiend's giving Linda the mandible claw. It's perfect.
She's in the wheelchair still.
She's got to somehow take the Kane tombstone where her head was like 10 feet off the ground.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I was actually looking at old tombstones too recently.
That was posted on Twitter. That video.
Yeah, the older ones where he used to hold them beside his head instead of like
from the side,
because he didn't want that gooch in his mouth. Like, I understand, like that's probably the better way to do the tombstone.
Their legs are like spaghetti noodles too. Did you see that? They were just
it was way
around.
more hardcore though at the start because he'd flat out just drive their head right into the mat. It was dope
because that's old school wrestling, not that new soft shit. All right, we ain't back here playing no damn video games.
I miss the video games where you used to do thumbs up, thumbs down, and then tombstone with no hands. Remember?
Oh yeah. I do remember that. That was
what
tight.
What SmackDown game was that? Was that Here Comes the Pain or something? You used to go.
I think the animation wasn't Here Comes the Pain.
It was.
Yeah,
thumbs
I think
down,
it was.
And then he did like a jumping tombstone. It was fantastic.
What was the SmackDown game that took out like 10,000 animations or some shit? It was like, I can't remember. It was after Here Comes the Pain. It might have been was it the first SmackDown versus Raw or the second one?
It was the first SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, they just took this like, oh, Here Comes the Pain. You can do 400,000 moves, and then SmackDown versus Raw, well, you can do like 8.
But we got Vince on the cover, so it's a big win.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't mind the first SmackDown versus Raw just because it feels reminiscent of the SmackDown games. But yeah, the animations being gone kind of sucks.
It's not like Impact though, where everybody does the same elbow drop off the top rope.
Everyone does the cradle shock.
That is true.
If you played through the Midway TNA game and you played with a character, I'm pretty sure if you watched a playthrough, no one ever switched off the cradle shock because you literally couldn't get any other move until like 3/4 of the way through the story mode.
After you beat the story, then you unlocked moves.
Yeah. It's just like, here you go. You want to play through it again? Is it the same story? Absolutely. Well, no, I would not like to play through it again. Thank you, Midway. I appreciate all
the best thing
buddy.
about that game. The best thing about that game was Kevin Nash with his polo. Like, that was his wrestling attire, too.
Oh, and he came out with like 2 sticks or something. Yeah, like when he came in to help you or whatever in the, I can't remember if it was the Ultimate X match or what happened, or I think you tag teamed with him or something. But he came down with 2 weapons. It was like, Kevin Nash. Now, I don't think you come down to the ring looking like Tommy Bahama coming down here with 2 sticks.
Hey man, give him some swag, Aeropostale style, bro.
I mean, Nash was the shit at that point because he was doing the paparazzi production stuff with the X Division.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, he was doing some really, really fun stuff. He actually had a hell of a TNA run. Him and who was the other? It wasn't X-Pac. I remember X-Pac. I don't know if you ever heard the story of X-Pac versus AJ Styles, where like X-Pac was like doing drugs in the bathroom or something. And he talked to AJ, and AJ's like, "It's all right, man." He's like, well, and X-Pac was like, "Yeah, AJ just carried me the fuck out through this match." It was just like, yeah. And it's funny because it wasn't a bad match, and it's like, man, if X-Pac wasn't on drugs,
if he was clean,
yeah, good lord, it would have been.
You imagine?
He was actually a phenomenal wrestler. Yeah, that's true too. That is true. I feel like people lose something a little bit. Like Kurt Angle on the Perks that's a whole nother. That's a beast right there. That's a man right there.
I always laugh at people like Perk Angle's my favorite wrestler.
Hell yeah, because he was jumping off shit and beating the hell out of people. I mean, like, I'm glad that he is. I'm glad that he's clean. I'm glad that everything's good with Kurt. But Perk Angle hits different. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say
he was different.
It's a little different.
He was different.
I mean, Jeff Hardy hit a little different on drugs.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy hit a little different on drugs. This man, the early TNA stuff where he was just jumping off shit, hey, I'm just saying it hits a little different.
There was nothing better at the time. I remember at the time I'm like, Oh shit, TNA's for real.
Yeah, Jeff like jumped off like the Titantron to the fucking floor. I mean, it was like the largest
just
drop.
like moved out of the way or something. And
it was like the
cracked through a table.
Well, it was like the table, and he jumped off the Titantron, literally over the ramp, like the stage is what it's called, the stage.
Yeah.
He jumped over the fucking stage to the floor. Like, it doesn't look like the way they did the shot. You kind of get an idea how far that is and how like big of a drop that is. But that's like if you took a 20-foot ladder, like the bigger ones they used, and then added another one. It was like that because the stage by itself is like 10 feet high off the floor. I would never forget that spot for as long as I live. I remember seeing that spot in like 240p pixelated. I can only see 6 pixels, and I was like, yeah, that's Jeff Hardy, all right.
It's at NWATNAwatermark.com on the bottom.
Yeah, and huge thing. And then what was that book they used to sell on the TNA apron? It's like the Gretchen Wiener book or something. I don't know.
It was like Gretchen something.
It's like, well, buy this book now. No, I'm okay. But I will watch Jeff Hardy jump off shit. That's definitely what I'm here for. Absolutely. Jeff Hardy
had like 6 hour energy or something, or like 5 minute.
Yeah, stacker 5 hour something or another. Yeah, they
5
always
hour
had
power
that.
or something.
Yeah, they always had
power.
the stacker. Fat burner stuff too. They actually had quite a bit of sponsors, but I don't actually know if they paid them or not.
It's no IcoPro,
Yeah, that's true. That's the good stuff. I got to bring that
the
back.
World Bodybuilding Federation.
Oh, the what?
The World Bodybuilding Federation. Remember that?
True.
That shit would hit today, just so you know. Like bodybuilding and stuff is like super popular right now. Yeah, absolutely. We're in like a fitness era of stuff, to be honest.
Well, that is true.
Yeah,
it's
like cool to be fit
CrossFit
nowadays.
versus bodybuilding, right?
CrossFit's like bodybuilding if you want to hurt yourself. So yeah, like
tear all your muscles trying to do pull-ups.
If you want to do bodybuilding, but like not learn how to actually do any of the movements, then yes, CrossFit's awesome. Like yeah, for sure. You can blow your knees out and your shoulders just eject up your body.
I don't see a bunch of bodybuilding on TV. I see a lot of CrossFit though.
Well, you probably see more Olympic lifting, and CrossFit just kind of took Olympic lifting is probably what it is, like clean and jerking and shit like that. I think that's probably more. Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you guys not know anything about Olympic lifting? I gotta run you guys through the ringer real quick.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You don't want me to run the diagonal. We don't know ringer right now.
All right, back to what our main point
back
was.
To Perk Angle and Jeff Hardy on drugs.
Our main point is, wrestlers, we don't want you to get destroy your lives with drugs, but if you could do more drugs and do like Perk Angle wrestling.
I'm just saying the era of drugs definitely hit different. That's all I'm gonna say. When dudes
I want to see more moonsaws off the top of the cage, almost hitting your head. That shit was the best.
Clockwork orange matches all over the place. I mean,
hard
it was
10.
Just,
anybody hard 10? Can we just do a hard 10 tournament again?
The hell is that?
You don't remember the hard 10?
No, what the hell is that?
Okay, so it was like a bunch of weapons around the ring, and every time you hit somebody with a weapon, each weapon gave you a different amount of points, and you got to get to 10 points to win the tournament.
This is like TNA?
Sandman puts someone through a table.
I haven't seen that actually. This is like the first time I think this has ever happened with TNA.
Are you kidding me? You put someone through a table that gives you like 5 points. Hit them with a kendo stick, that's like 1. A trash can is like 1. So like Sandman would always end it by like throwing somebody through a table, and I think he was the first one to win the hard 10 tournament. It was either him or New
awesome.
Jack.
That sounds like a fantastic video game match.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. It's like,
how you guys never heard of the hard 10 tournament? That's a classic TNA.
I don't know, but all I can think about is what those Meltzer ratings would be.
I think it was Sandman, though. I think
TNA,
it was Sandman.
It is, yeah. Here it is. The TNA. Oh my God! Look at these names. New Jack was in this tournament.
I told you, New Jack and Sandman were both in it.
Okay. All right. So the TNA Hard 10 tournament was a hardcore tournament for a trophy that would proclaim the winner the most hardcore wrestler in total nonstop action wrestling. Featured 8 wrestlers competing in matches where a point scoring system was used to determine the winner. The system was 1 point was awarded for a direct hit with an object, 5 points for putting your opponent through a table, and you needed 10 points to win the match altogether.
You'll never guess how every match ended. Just take a guess.
I can only assume with a table.
5 points.
Yes,
you got to come back from those 5 points. Yeah, for real. Every match ended with a table. Go on.
The tournament was promptly abandoned by TNA in light of fans complaining about the point system. Well, it got replaced by okay. All right, so this had to be like still on the pay-per-views, right?
Yeah, it was like the Wednesday $5 show. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sonny Siaki was in this.
Sonny Siaki was the shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. But Sonny Siaki in a hardcore tournament is just funny to think about. All right. So we had Mike Sanders and Brian Lee. Mike Sanders, also a stand-up comedian and former professional wrestler here. He was a power plant wrestler, and he became a comedian. Plant. He was actually got his contract bought out by WWE from the looks of it. He was a member of Team WCW. Wow. I didn't even remember that. Like a lot of these dudes were in that. That's kind of nuts.
Wait a second. He was? Hold on. I got it.
Elix Skipper was in it. Kwee. My man Brian Lee here. That's that dude, man. He was with The Undertaker. Slash and New Jack. Oh my God. What was the tag team with Slash? He was I can't remember the name of the tag team that he was in TNA.
Were they not the New Church?
Oh, was the Disciples of the New Church? That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Disciples of the New Church. Hell yeah.
They had some great tag team wrestling back in the early days of TNA. It was fantastic. Like AMW
I forgot
and stuff.
That Gangrel's name was Vampire Warrior in TNA. They didn't even try. They were just like Vampire Warrior. What the fuck?
He was using that in Mexico, I think, at the time too.
It's like the knockoff. It's perfect.
TNA actually had a ton of like Mexico promotion like connects at the time, which is kind of crazy to think of. They had a lot of connects, period. I mean, the New Japan stuff. It's funny. I don't know. Did you guys, New Japan like literally doesn't want to work with TNA. Like even now, even after management's changed like 4 or 5 times because they're still pissed off about the Okada thing. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
People never forget.
Yeah,
I know about it.
Oof. Yeah, that's funny.
Rough times.
Yeah, I mean, New Japan is probably going to...
I'll still see Marufuji next month, though. It's going to be dope.
Dude, Marufuji coming to the States is crazy. I think, actually, they had the Noah has like a G1 of their own, sort of. I think they call it the N1. And I think that Marufuji got a grand total of 0 points throughout the entire thing. So TNA is getting them hot off a good run in the N1. Marufuji really putting it through the ringer. I think Marufuji should be in the hard 10. He should be in the hard 10 tournament. We're bringing that back, dude. I'm doing a Fire Pro hard 10 tournament.
Yes.
I wonder if I get someone to like pay a mod.
People can count these days. It can work.
I'm sure there's a mod. You can come up with a mod. Get one.
Okay, I have to get up with somebody. Anywhere. Yeah. Well, I have to get someone who like can make Fire Pro mod so we can get the hard 10 mod so I can.
Or like an Iron Man type match, but every time you get a point, it's like the same.
Well, yeah, I don't think
similar coding.
Yeah, I guess. Well, the table thing, I don't know. In Firebro, I don't think you can do that.
No.
But you can do everything else. Yeah, you could probably do it in 2. You might be able to. No. I was gonna say you could do a custom match in 2K where you could like. I don't think that works either. Yeah, I don't even know. If I can't do it in Fire Pro, I'm not doing it in 2K. There's got to be a PC mod of
Fire Pro, probably. I'm guaranteed.
Yeah, if not, then I'll just talk to somebody and see.
We're counting on you, community. Make it happen.
Yeah, we got to put the Disciples of the New Church in here. And New Jack.
And Vampire Warrior.
And New Jack. They should have put Shark Boy in there. That would have been really fun.
Shark Boy.
They were over the moon about Shark Boy early on, too, and they just never.
Yeah, they were.
They were like, yeah, fuck it.
So back to the hard 10 tournament. It came down to New Jack and Sandman. Good choice for a final hard 10 match.
Hey, we were talking about Shark Boy.
Yeah, Shark Boy was cool. He should have been in this tournament now, thinking about it. Man, they had a bunch of great tournaments here. They had the hard 10 tournament. They had the Turkey Bowl.
Wasn't that like the loser wore a turkey outfit or something?
Yeah. AJ Styles wore it. Big Rob Terry wore it. I think Rudy Charles wore it.
What is the Fight for the Right tournament? What is this thing? It's just a number 1 contender tournament.
I can't remember if that was Bound for Glory or what it was. They were doing. Fight for the Right was Kazarian, I think. Didn't he win that?
Oh, that was the reverse battle royal.
Yeah. That was it was.
Oh my gosh, where you start to fight to get in the ring.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I could see why that didn't stick around.
Why not?
This is the Deadlock TNA podcast. I love it already.
Why would you not just dive in the ring in that reverse battle royal? I don't get it. Anyway.
Yeah, Kaz versus Christian Cage was a fucking fantastic match though. Like Kaz came out of it looking like $1 million. I remember that match.
Of course
too.
It was.
I'm pretty sure in that match he couldn't even grab the actual it was a clipboard hanging above the ring, I'm pretty sure. And he just grabbed the paper. He didn't grab the actual clipboard, he just grabbed the paper off of it.
And then he was red hot after that, for real.
Yes, he was. He really got over in this. Because I mean beating Christian Cage was huge. Like I don't think Cage took a pinfall loss for like 2 years. So like that was like
as
really
he shouldn't, because he was the best version of himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean I had no problem with it. I mean it's better than Jeff Jarrett not taking a pin for 2 years. So fuck it, I'll take that.
Okay.
Although if that shit happened today, I'd be so down.
Yeah, it's different.
So I'm
now.
reading this thing here real quick. It's stage 1. You try to get in the ring from the reverse battle royal. Then it comes down to the first 7 that get in the ring, and then it starts into a regular battle royal where you try to throw people over the top rope. But when the final 2 get down, then it becomes a one-on-one match. Whoever gets the pinfall gets the bye in the tournament. Holy crap!
Yep, they get a bye, and then the last match in the tournament's a ladder match. It was they get a.
What is this? How is this a wrestling thing?
Incredible. I forgot Lance Hoyt was in this. Good Lord.
If you want to talk about overbooking, oh my goodness.
That was like the TNA special, but like the thing with TNA is like, it's funny because WWE overbooks everything, but no, like looking back on it, TNA, like when they overbook, like everyone like always over like blew it up. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
They don't do it with WWE, but TNA had like no chance in hell of like doing anything. It's kind of crazy, honestly. I think AEW will. I think AEW will go through the same growing pains, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think they will. Where well, thankfully they've already said that they're going to go, decisive victories, so that's probably a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're definitely going to have some issues if they decide to start doing some WWE finishes. Like I was watching the ROH show last night, and they had like the Women of Honor match or whatever, and it was Kelly Klein versus Angelina Love from TNA. Yeah, and like I was like, oh my god, this is this feels like a WWE match. And it's like when I'm watching ROH, I don't want to see that. Yeah, Angelina Love won that.
New champ.
And it was it was the most overbooked, blown finish of all time. And I was like, man, that is like I can smell Bully Ray on this match. Like I just know this was like a Bully Ray thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not even like they weren't working, because they were, but the crowd had like 45 people in it. They didn't care, and then they did this super overblown finish for a match where no one would have complained about no one would have complained if like Kelly Klein just lost. She's like super protected for no reason, and it's really a sad state of affairs. At least Rush ended up winning the world title last night on ROH. He beat
I did see that,
Matt Taven. So that's good.
Anything but Matt Taven is good.
Tony and I were too busy watching the wedding of the century.
Yeah, for sure. The
Impact
Brian Cage wedding.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Sammy Callahan like fucking smacked the shit out of his wife with a beer bottle, right? Yeah. Now let me tell you, smack her in the face with a beer bottle and then go into a reverse battle royale that ends in a ladder match. Now that's some. It good
wasn't
stuff.
That James Storm bottle that breaks when you blow on it, but it was
right. Yeah,
that was good stuff though. That oh my god, thinking about it now, they should do that. They should. You remember that Bobby Roode reign after he did the stuff with James Storm where he smacked him in the head with a beer bottle, and then like every match. He would find a way to get the beer bottle.
That was fantastic. I loved it, dude.
But you're right. That beer bottle was like plastic.
He was like the most hated dude in wrestling at the time. Just because like everyone's like, oh my God. Like this dude just will not stop using this beer bottle. And it actually worked. And then he had a great match with Sting where Sting Scorpion death dropped his head into the chair. His own head.
His own chair. Yeah, his own head.
That's like everyone shits on that. All right, there's 2 Sting things that I'll never understand why people were upset about. The Sting Scorpion death dropping his own head on the chair. I thought that was a great way to protect Sting. It's like, oh, he would have beat Bobby, but he's dumb as hell. So like, I'm okay with that. And then the other one is when it was Sting and he came in to attack RVD and he had the Sting mask on. So he took the Sting mask off.
Oh, he took the Sting mask off. He was wearing the Sting mask. That was fantastic.
No one would expect Sting to be wearing a Sting mask. It's like 6,000 IQ. I'll never understand people's hate for that. I'm like, this is like one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, I love it. That's like one of my favorite things ever.
Speaking of Rob Van Dam, have you seen his Instagram post lately?
Man, he's living the life after he got divorced.
He's in a hot tub with
he's on the divorce
5
tour.
Different chicks in the hot tub. What is this dude on?
Yeah, I did see that.
He's tweeting about it every day.
My man's got titties in his hand, all this kind of stuff. He's crazy.
The post-divorce revenge tour is what it's called.
Yeah.
He named himself getting titties. This is like the greatest dude of all time.
Rob is the greatest, dude.
Oh man, he's like one of the guys that like always gets talked about for the video game too. It's like, is Rob Van Dam in the game?
Oh, I know.
Every time I play Here Comes the Pain, why weren't you Rob Van Dam? Because everybody's been Rob Van Dam. That's like everybody picks. He was like one of my favorite dudes growing up too. Like I actually liked the Intercontinental Championship more than I liked the World Championship when I was watching like right around that. When RVD started getting hot around the early 2000s, like I think he was in there a little bit before that because I remember seeing stuff where he was working with Jerry Lawler.
No, like, are you just talking about WWE? Because he was hot in ECW like crazy.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I wasn't like, I was a little goo goo gaga.
You didn't watch the Jerry
man.
Lynn stuff he did? No,
like, I've seen the Jerry Lynn stuff.
RVD and
What?
I'm talking about back in the day when it was.
Yeah, I've only seen
the
ECW Jerry Lynn stuff because TNA got me to watch it when they faced off again. when RVD and Jerry Lynn had their last match, you know, TNA was like, they did some great stuff, this and there. I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll check it out. It's funny. TNA is like one of the reasons I know a lot of shit. It's because they would.
Well, it was really weird because like in the ECW days, like, you know, really late at night, Rob Van Dam was like super hot at the time, and like. It was so weird as a kid watching it because like his last name Van Dam and he kind of looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was like, it was really weird and confusing, but this dude just did a bunch of crazy shit and outside of the ring. And like, he was amazing. It was
so good. Super over too.
Oh my God. Sabu was incredible. And they had some crazy shit. Like they earned their reputation. I believe I first heard about ECW because of Sabu and Rob Van Dam. Like those were the first two names.
The only dislike I hated about Rob was Bill Alfonso and the whistle, because I hated watching his matches because Bill Alfonso blowed that damn whistle every 5 seconds of the match, and it was the worst.
It worked though. It was good.
But Rob Van Dam, like half of his matches, he was just walking around outside, like tagging fans' hands, and not even wrestling. Like you could watch Guilty as Charged.
He put both his hands up and do the spin. That's like my favorite RVD thing.
Guilty as Charged 2001. Like half of that match is Rob Van Dam just outside the ring, like I'm so cool, walking around, like tagging fans' hands, like
because he was high as fuck.
Yeah, he was.
It was fantastic.
My favorite wrestler because of that.
It was fantastic though. He was just walking around, not even
like
caring.
when I was super getting into Rob, you know, like I was still a young kid at the point. But like that was around the time when he was like roaming around the IC scene. Like this was, I think, what was it, 2006 when they started to push him before him and Sabu got caught with weed.
And they had the what was the pay-per-view they had where he beat Cena around that time?
It was the One Night Stand.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the second One Night Stand because he was injured the first one.
Right.
But Rob, around that time, like the early like 2003-ish, they didn't push him at all. Like they would literally just keep him in the same spot. And because I remember reading it was like because he would just fucking potato everybody. He would just straight up kick him in the mouth. And like I think that's why all his shit looks so good. Like all his matches look good because he was just like straight up kicking people in the face. And that's awesome. Like Triple H is like, I am not working with this dude. I'm not working with this guy. I remember reading that. That's awesome, man. And now, you know, look at him now. I knew that's why he was one of my favorites. Now he's fucking on Instagram with titties and weed. And like, there you go. That's Rob Van Dam.
And he doesn't vape. He's just like straight up smoking the shit. Like, fuck the vaping.
I saw on the TNA, I actually saw on the TNA wedding thing, they posted a clip that I ended up seeing, I guess, where they were placing everybody like sitting down for the ceremony. And like the Rascals were there, and I think Rosemary like appeared out of thin air or something right beside.
Yeah, she just randomly appeared. Yeah,
Fallah Bah's my boy. First off, that's my dude. That's the number one dude in Impact. As far as I'm concerned, Fallah Bah is Impact to me. That's like my
dude. Impact's doing some good shit. I'm excited.
Fallah Bah fucking rules. That's my dude. He has lost a ton of weight too. I saw him in that video. I'm like, oh my god, dude, he had to lose like 150 pounds. Because I remember watching Fallah Bah like 2 years ago, and like he looks completely different than he does now. Like that's crazy. Like he's really working.
When's the move to Access start?
They're doing all month. They're doing like coming to Access type shows, and then they're gonna have it at the end of the month.
Oh.
Like they're airing like their last 4 pay-per-views or something is what they're doing.
Sammy's gold right now too. James, you got to watch it, man.
I mean, I'll probably start watching when the Access stuff happens. I mean, why not? Yeah. I already watch everything else in the world. Why not just tack on some more shit?
I know. I love how I'm telling you to start watching. Sorry, say it.
I was saying, didn't Impact lose their whole like creative people to like, or their production people to AEW?
They all left AEW.
After they fired all the Access people, were like, we don't need a production team, and they fired everybody, and now their production team went to AEW.
Did that happen?
Man. Ango's
literally got like what's his name? Kevin Sullivan? Not the actual Kevin Sullivan.
You're right.
Oh, the production guy, Kevin Sullivan. There's like a production dude.
You made a devil.
The devil signed a deal with the devil at AEW.
I was thinking of the Taskmaster as a fucking.
That's what I thought.
The Taskmaster making Titantrons.
I had.
editing videos.
Did you guys see this? On the ROH thing, they signed Jim Johnston from fucking WWE, the theme producer.
They
had
PCO's theme.
Yeah, PCO came out for his match with Kenny King last night, and
Eric's favorite wrestler.
And everybody on commentary was like, shh, be quiet. The crowd was first of all, the crowd was already quiet. They weren't like you can hear a pin drop. You can hear a pin drop in Las Vegas last night, bro. I'm just telling it like it is. But anyways, PCO comes out and like it's like legitimately a like 90s WWE song for PCW. It's sort of
sweet guitar
it's sort
licks.
of crazy. Yeah, it feels like an Undertaker song, to be honest.
I gotta check it out. I haven't heard it yet.
You should. I'm sure ROH didn't upload it, so good luck finding it. But that's just how it is.
Those 90s themes were sweet.
Yeah, it was. It truly felt like a 2008 Undertaker song. I really don't understand what that means, but that's what it feels like. It felt like a 2008 Undertaker song. It was cool.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, if you guys listen to it, haven't heard it, I'm like I said, I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet. If someone probably ripped it off the pay-per-view and posted it to YouTube or something, you can probably check that out. I highly doubt ROH uploaded it. Like I just know that ROH didn't upload it.
They should have. They would have been all over that. Jim Johnson's first theme.
They hired Jim Johnston. They're like, you know what, man? We'll just keep it right here in Las Vegas. We're not going to show it anywhere else. We're just going to keep it here where we're at right now.
He's back from the dead.
I don't even know if they were in Las Vegas. I just kind of assumed.
They just put an article on ROHWrestling.com. That was it, and that's it.
Let's see. Yeah, it was in Las Vegas. Yeah, it was in Las Vegas.
Okay, you lucked out. There you go. You shouldn't have said it.
I'm the man. They had Joe Hendry show up too. It's just like a lot. It's not even like the card was like necessarily bad, honestly. It's just
that no one gives a shit right now. So it just
yeah. Like it felt so.
You're the only one watching.
It felt so lifeless, to be honest.
Like for real, you usually get like a ton of engagement on Twitter, right? And last night you tweeted like, so do I have permission? I mean, so is it all right for me to watch ROH yet? Nobody answered you. Literally nobody.
Yeah.
So also at the ROH show, Brian Zane was backstage.
Yeah,
doing interviews.
I actually saw him during the show. I think he was out there at one point.
Yeah, he was. That's
which is
crazy to think
sweet.
Of wrestling with regret.
Yeah, that's sweet.
YouTuber. Props to the YouTuber making it. You know, there's hope. Yeah. There's hope for Pulse to be on commentary one day, shitting on
there's
products.
Hope for Ango.
Can't wait.
Yeah, there's hope for everybody. Get in there, do your thing. They had a couple of things going on last night, like Gresham versus Lethal was a wrestling match.
It did what it was supposed to do.
Hey, isn't Lethal Tubby's favorite wrestler?
Huh?
Isn't Lethal Tubby's favorite wrestler?
Well, not anymore. Orange Cassidy took that over, man. Orange Cassidy took that real quick. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't even like bad, and I guess that's honestly been the case. Well, I don't know. The Matt Taven stuff was, I mean, it's weird. Like I don't ever remember seeing anything. It's like if your champion cannot even elicit a response from anybody, period, it's probably a good idea to get the title off of him. Like I never even really saw anyone shit on Taven. They just didn't talk about him, period. They just like totally like ex-nayed the entire promotion for like 6 months.
Yeah, nobody said. I never really saw any like people say bad stuff about him. They didn't like nobody just talked about him.
Man, this sounds like some Troy Aikman analysis. If your champion isn't getting a reaction,
what do you think about this, The Fiend? The Fiend, what do you think about Matt Taven?
It's a total Cornette thing, though.
He
like
throws a tight spiral.
The champion can't draw.
I mean, no one draw. I mean, like, I don't even care about that. Like, drawing is such like a weird metric, I guess, in wrestling nowadays, because like nobody really draws.
Nobody draws. Yeah.
Unless you're the draw Sammy Callahan.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody's making money. They're just putting on shows.
Yeah. The thing is like getting enough people to watch. You aren't really drawing like a ton of money or anything. It's just making sure that you have a product that people can watch. Have
like
accessibility.
literally, I have like over at least the past 10 10, maybe 15 years, there is not one person that I've bought a ticket for to draw. Like not one. Yeah,
you just kind of go to the shows. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's just kinda how it is.
GCW's running. Let's go. We're not like, oh, let's go see this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm excited to see people like, if I go to a GCW show, like, oh yeah, like Gringo Loco is going to be there and Nick Gage is going to be there, but it's like, I'm just want to go to the GCW show.
You're not like, the Fiend is going to be there. I gotta go.
I mean, obviously there is some people that are like that, but it's like I don't think as a whole in wrestling right now, like the most you can ask for is like people are talking about who's your champions. The best thing you can ask for is like social media at least like pops for a second when they come out or something.
The Fiend hasn't done shit, and he's already Deadlock's all-time favorite wrestler.
He's the greatest wrestler of all time. He doesn't even wrestle.
I don't know about that. They're about to kill him off, man. And kill off the Fiend.
They're gonna kill him.
How do you kill
Seth Rollins
something?
Is gonna kill him just like he did his Twitter account.
Oh my god! Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't going to, but now I'm glad that you did. So the Seth Rollins Twitter thing where he deleted his account after he got attacked by Stan Twitter, dude. Stan Twitter made him delete his account. That is hilarious.
Will you explain this to me? Because I kind of saw what was going on, but I didn't really catch
Okay,
all
all
of
right.
it.
Oh, I can explain this whole thing. I'm excited. I can talk about Seth Rollins Twitter.
I saw the Sasha copy.
Yeah. Let me explain it.
Twitter went ballistic yesterday.
Yes,
it was dope. It was so
great.
dope.
Okay. So,
I don't know why you weren't going to bring that up. That should just happen. That's just real.
Yeah, because I didn't know if you guys like read into it at all or anything. All right, all right, so Seth Rollins has had the worst Twitter account probably of 2019. Like I definitely thought like Billy Ospreay was like #1 bad Twitter for 2019. Turns out that's not the fucking case. It's Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the two worst Twitters, and they're fucking married now. So like it like conglomerated.
I think Becky's got bad when she started hanging out with Seth.
It got bad at the beginning of the year. It was fine from Survivor Series up to the beginning of the year. After that, she fell off a cliff. Seth Rollins joined her. It was okay. So Seth had easily the worst Twitter account of the year. Like at the end of the year when we do our awards or whatever, worst Twitter account's going to Seth Rollins. I don't care if it's deleted or not. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yep.
Hopefully the fans vote for that. Vote for Seth Rollins because that's the truth. Don't lie to yourself. So Seth Rollins' Twitter account got deleted, and everyone was wondering why. Well, Sasha Banks posted on Twitter. She was mocking Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins made the most canned fucking just worst tweet ever that you could smell the WWE brass just radiating off this. You could smell the suits and the ties and the old white haircuts. You could just tell what was happening here.
It's the reason Ryback didn't give his password to WWE management.
Yeah, so Seth's like, oh man, like being in a match is cool, but being in one with Rey Mysterio, man, that's a legend. I'll give it all. I'll take the gas out of my tank for Rey Mysterio. So Sasha Banks did the same tweet and like mocked him for it. And then,
but it was even better because it was with Alexa, which we all know they have history.
Yeah. So it turns out like when she did it with Alexa, which is just incredible. And obviously Sasha's like working this angle.
Alexa's reaction is like, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Sasha is working this angle with Becky, obviously, because that's what they're doing on TV. And so she was just kind of bringing Seth into it just because, Sasha's just kind of like that. And Seth went for her neck. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. Like I'm trying to remember the exact tweet so I can give you the I don't want to give you the verbatim of what Seth said to Sasha, but it was probably the dumbest thing that he's ever written in his life. And obviously that Seth Rollins didn't anticipate Sasha Stan Twitter to retaliate. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. If there's one thing that's absolute in this world, it's that Stan Twitter will eat your ass alive. They will not let you survive. You're not making it out, man. You're just not.
Seth's gonna lose a Hell in a Cell because of this.
Sasha Stan Twitter just lost him the belt. That's crazy.
So did you find it, Marcus? Did you find out what he tweeted?
I'm looking right now.
I'm sure somebody had to like copy and paste it or like take a picture of it.
The Fiend and Sasha's stands are all gonna beat Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, actually, it's the Fiend's actually gonna attack Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, and the lights are coming back on, and the mask's gonna get ripped off, and it's Sasha Banks.
He said, "This is a match I've been looking forward to as much as every other match you've ever had, aka not at all. Luckily for me, you'll under-deliver like you always do and continue to wonder why you're not in more main events."
Jeez.
Yeah, he went for the neck, and then Charlotte posted. She said, "All right, I'm gonna head out."
Like the SpongeBob meme or whatever.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
I fucking love Charlotte right now. She's like the best. She's just hanging out, getting married, just like she's already like 25-time champion. She's just chilling.
So Seth has actually deleted his Twitter like straight on or what?
Yeah. He just straight up like deactivated like completely.
He deleted all of his tweets, like all of them.
Yeah.
Sweet, go claim that at WWE Rollins real quick.
Oh no, I mean the account still exists.
Yeah,
but he deleted every tweet.
When you deactivate what is it, partnered accounts or whatever? I think they just sit there or whatever. So he has 30 days to bring him back. He'll be back. He'll be back with more shit takes. That's Seth Rollins 2019.
Once the Fiend beats him,
man.
the Fiend is gonna take over Rollins' Twitter.
Yeah, he's going to come back and say, the Fiend might have beat me tonight, but he's not going to beat me in the next night because I put my heart out there for WWE and nothing makes me harder than doing
survive.
what's best for business.
What did he say? What was he saying? What was he saying? Survive and... What did he say? He was saying this like stupid ass quote on Raw. I can't remember what he was saying.
I don't know, but he's going to empty the tank for the Fiend.
Survive and prevail. That's what he was saying. He said survive and prevail over and over and over. Okay.
All he says now is, die for WWE. Burn it down, man. Can you imagine that? Imagine your catchphrase being "burn it down" and you're a fucking company man. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Burn it down worked because he wasn't a company man. Now he's like the ultimate company man.
That is so true. I forgot. I didn't even think about that till now. Like his whole thing was like, I'm gonna burn down the WWE, and now he's like, I'm Mr. WWE.
Now I'll fucking die for WWE, man. Vince is my dad.
We have the greatest performers in the world. You ain't shit, Will Ospreay.
Oh, Will Ospreay, by the way, dude, your bank account's kind of looking kind of low there, bruh. All right, dude. It didn't have to be like that, but okay, it is like that, I guess. Okay.
Burn it down.
Burn it down, motherfucker. All right, dude.
My career.
Burn it down. Man. He was burning down the WWE warehouse, and now he's burning it down. Company.
Yeah, he's going to NXT. Triple H, where are you?
Oh yeah, I used to love Seth when he was showing up on NXT. I'm gonna kill you, Triple H. And now he's like, no,
Seth was.
Yeah, I do happen to be
Seth
here.
was literally my favorite wrestler. Like this year has ruined all of it.
They obviously didn't understand that he was a good character because he was like the antithesis of WWE, right. And they're like, you know what? Just go out there and be the company man, bruh. He's like, he's basically what the best part about the Seth Twitter stuff is like the way he like preemptively went into it. He's like, all right, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's like Seth had been like. He's like, man, I really just want to be a company man. They're like, all right, go ahead and do it. He's like, all right, good. I'm tired of like this stupid act where I don't like this company. I love this company. I die for it. I die for this shit.
Wrestler in the world.
Rey Mysterio, where you at? Just the worst, man. So sad. Makes me so sad.
So next week, the Fiend is going to come out and he's going to have a Fiend mask on. He's going to take the Fiend mask off and he's going to be the Fiend underneath it.
And he's going to start yelling, Triple H!
And then the Fiend is going to do a Scorpion Deathlock and hit his head on a chair, and that's how he's going to lose.
And then Sasha's going to be in the crowd with a Sasha Banks mask.
Remember the little kids when the whole world is got the whole world. It's going to be all Sasha stands out there.
I'm super excited for them to do something like that with the Fiend, where like they just have like 40,000 dudes in like Fiend masks. Like they're just all 40, the Fiend 40 because Fiends. It resonates, brother. Everything resonates with the crowd, brother.
Let me tell you,
we all got a little of the Fiend inside.
I guarantee you they do that. Like the Fiend's going to be like, oh, all it takes is one bad day. I know that's what they're gonna do. I know it.
Everybody's a Fiend, and then they sell like Fiend masks, like the Sting masks.
I promise you,
100%. That's
happening. God, it's gonna be exactly that. Like
they're
he's
gonna have like
pitch the Killing Joke, and they're like, "Fuck, dude, yes, perfect idea, love it. All right, now we're gonna sell the hell out of these Fiend masks." Like they're definitely
gonna have like a promo. Everybody's got a Fiend in them, and it's gonna be like
they'll bring back the ice cream bars with the Fiend on it.
Yeah, probably get it.
Put them on the XFL. It's going to be great. There's going to be like an XFL thing.
Punk will be like, what? Again? I can't take a vacation and you don't have ice cream bars? But you put them out for fucking Fiend?
Well, because the Fiend's more over than CM Punk, brother. Because everyone can be the Fiend.
CM Punk's trying out for Fox, okay? What's he going to do, man? He's out there like going to WWE tryouts, trying to get on Fox.
Back.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to any of that shit, man. Like I keep seeing like every time I see CM Punk like show up on Twitter, I'm like, oh, here we go, he's working the boys again. I don't even look at it. Like I just know at this point that something's like he's working some shit. What?
I think he just tweeted it like recently. What did he say? He said, I can't remember where it went. Where's his Twitter? I got to find it. But he said something about this guy named Kenny's trying to hire me.
Well, it's like, obviously, he has a movie coming out like very soon. So like, obviously he's trying to like, you know what I mean? Just get people talking, and it works every single time. But it's just like, how do y'all keep getting into this? How does this keep happening? Like, just leave this man alone. Let him go sit on an island and do whatever he wants to do. You know, this wrestling shit just gets old. Honestly, it just gets old. I'm not even into it.
Somebody asked him, when's the next time you're in the UK? And he said, maybe soon. I think some guy named Kenny is trying to book me.
No, is there a guy named Kenny on NXT UK? I wouldn't know.
Dude, you gotta watch it, man. It's the best wrestling ever.
I mean, I actually liked the Walter coming out with the NMDs on NXT this week and just busting Kushida's head wide open with NMDs on. I love that Walter just sits backstage and just hangs out in regular street clothes. I don't know what he's doing back there, playing cards or just hanging out. But he always comes in. He's got track pants on. He's like always there in just like this random T-shirt and track pants. What are you doing back there? Why are you here? He's supposed to be in the UK, but he's in NXT.
He's just hanging out, dude. That's what he does. He just hangs out.
Yeah, I guess so. Did you guys watch NXT?
On, man. No. Oh, yeah. You mean at UK? No.
No, did you watch NXT this week?
Yeah, the regular NXT.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
Okay,
that's what I was wondering. Are we jumping into the NXT talk?
Well, that's what happened. That's what I was wondering, because that's what happened at the end of the NXT show this week was Walter came in. So I was like, you guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, I just making sure, because I'll skip over it when you watch it.
That's where your Walter shit was coming from earlier.
Yeah, the fucking Twitter. Big man.
Yeah.
That tweet popped off like 4 days after the show happened. I was like, what the fuck? No one watched the show?
I saw you, dude. I see you like tweeting gifs like 8 days after the show aired. I'm like, what are you doing?
People
I hate
like
people that live tweet
shit.
shows. I hate people that live tweet shows when it's already happened, like 4 days earlier. That was you. You were like live tweeting, like, oh, did you see this on Raw? Did you see
but it took me like 45 minutes to run through everything. So like, it's okay. It's just like a quick 45 minute, bam, 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 I'm done. I'm in and out. You know what I mean?
Well, how about the letdown or the buzzkill of Breezango as the mystery partners,
what about
man?
that?
Who did people say they was going to be? I can't remember. I saw some people were like, it's going to be Alex Shelley.
Oh man, it blank.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, people thought it'd be the Motor City Machine Guns, which actually would be fucking fire. But
Excuse me?
Yeah, Chris Sabin's like fishing with his dad or something, and Alex Shelley's.
He was.
If it was beer money, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, Chris Sabin's fishing with his dad. He looks like he's lost like 100 pounds.
Chris Sabin is like playing Halo too and just hanging out with his dad fishing and shit.
Can we get Pedro to have a picture of Chris Sabin fishing?
Yeah, fishing with his dad.
His dad, the Fiend.
Yeah, have a the Fiend with the fucking the fishing shirt on,
with the fisherman hat on.
Yeah, he's got the little hook and lure on the top of the hat too. Yes, that's the perfect. That's the North Carolina special. He's got the I can't remember I think it's like it's a Columbia shirt with it's like a dad hat with a hook on it with a lure.
Dude, you guys just gave me my Halloween costume, the Fiend with the Saints jersey on.
Dude, it's got to be 2 times as big too. Make sure you get that part down too. It's got to look like a dress.
It's like down to your knees.
Yeah, that's the only way that it's going to work.
I'm doing it. It's happening.
Well, perfect. I can't wait for the Fiend to show up and get his ass kicked by Walter on NXT. That's what I'm waiting for personally, because it just seems like Walter is just there to like just beat everybody up. So I'm excited for the Fiend to show up and try to mandible claw Walter, and he's like, I don't know about that.
I'm Walter.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much his gimmick. Hey, I'm Walter. Okay.
Hey, you can't do that to me. I'm Walter.
Okay, buddy. Well, okay.
Calm down.
They had a couple of fun stuff on NXT this week. It's actually not a bad show. I mean, NXT is easily the best WWE show, I think. I don't even think it's close.
Sure.
I don't even think it's ever going to be close.
Did you see people on Twitter like, that sucked? I can't wait. Like, that, what was that show? It wasn't as good as last. Like, people were going crazy because it wasn't
Yeah, I mean, I completely disagreed. And it's also drawing a lot of viewers, honestly, too.
Yeah, it actually dropped
almost
a considerable amount, though. Yeah, but they dropped a pretty good amount. Like when TNA did these numbers and they dropped that amount, people were like, "It's the end of the world. It's over for TNA."
Yeah,
that is so true. That is true.
Yeah, but we're in a new world where like a million viewers for TV is still huge.
I mean, TNA was still on the damn Spike TV like 4 or 5 years ago.
No, but what I mean is streaming TV is so much bigger now, and so actual TV ratings are and you get 1 million viewers on live television versus streaming TV, because it's divided now. It's not all connected. So when they say X number of viewers on TV, they actually watched it on TV versus like the network or like
how do they
YouTube
calculate my Hulu stuff
Twitch.
where I see watching on Hulu? How do they calculate
Well, they
that?
calculate it, but they don't connect it to Nielsen ratings, which is why it's just a different time now.
I saw that the still the biggest demographic, even for a show that like is obviously is targeting 20-year-olds. Like that I feel like NXT is like speaking to my soul.
It's 28 to 35, isn't it?
No, it's the fucking same thing as Raw and SmackDown. It's like the 50-year-olds, dude. How
Really?
What are y'all doing? Like, what is this? This is crazy.
It's our fault, man. It's our fault. We're just sitting there hammering wrestling.
It's Marcus's fault. He's in the 50 demographic.
Jesus.
Yeah, young Mario over here just fucking won't stop watching it. You're skewing the damn demographic.
That's your rap name, Young Mario.
The 50-year-olds love wrestling, man. I don't know. Maybe it's like they just like, I don't know. WB has like a built-in 50-year-old audience. That's actually probably the best audience, because those are the dudes that don't use ad block. Those are the dudes that like will tune in every week because they don't know how to use the internet.
They'll
like
buy
those
their
are like
kids
the boys.
tickets to the shows and stuff.
Maybe that's what it is. Like if you're aiming for the Zoomer market, yeah, being on fucking TV is not going to help you whatsoever. But if you're aiming for the Boomer market, TV is where it's at, man. That's where the good shit's at.
I'm interested to see what AEW's demographic is going to be. The 50-year-olds?
Oh, guaranteed. It's the only demographic on television for wrestling is 50-year-old dudes.
That's true. The millennials don't use TV.
Yeah, like fuck.
No,
it's the truth.
they don't watch TV
if they were to calculate the demographics with like time of TV and like all that shit, like then maybe then maybe it'd be a little different.
PWStream.com and
watch wrestling, all that.
No, I think like the average millennial watches like less than an hour of TV a day. That's facts.
Yeah, they watch more YouTube and Twitch.
Yep.
That's how things work. Maybe if they put it on Twitch.
Yeah, right. You see that works. Twitch wrestling is banging it these days.
Yeah, Twitch wrestling had Wrestle Circus. They shut down TNA. They're going to a new network. They said, "Oh fuck this shit." So yeah, it's working pretty good, I guess. I mean, I do like the 24/7 stuff, but like WB, like the way that the network works, I actually don't like the way that they do the like. I guess technically it's a 24/7 thing. I don't feel like it is. Like just sitting on the front page of WWE and waiting for the thing to cycle through. I don't like that. I actually like the older thing that WWE did. The what's it? Classics on Demand. I remember my buddy had that. Where it was just like
it was like 24/7 on there though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was 24/7 on that.
I had Classics on Demand. It was cool.
The Classics on Demand was 24/7 wasn't it?
Yeah. The whole channel was a pay channel, and then you it literally just. I mean, the issue with it was it cycled through the same content constantly. Like it would the same.
There was
for
only
1
like
week,
8 shows every month. Yeah.
So what were you saying that you liked that better?
I don't like the way that it's set up on the network right now, because it feels like it's instead of it being like a 24/7 broadcast, it feels like a I don't know. It
VOD.
It feels disconnected compared to like TNA's Twitch, where I just log in, or where I just turn it on and like. There's no loading. There's no getting ready for the next show or anything. It's just like bam, 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 bam. Here's this. And I think it's because it's the way that they set it up. Honestly, it's the way they present it. I think TNA is
so you feel like right when you log in, it should just start playing the live channel.
Well,
and
it does. You can sit there and you can go to the live, but I think what James is talking about is like in between shows they have like a lot of the advertisements, which you would expect, and then a lot of previews for other shows coming up. And with TNA, it literally just goes show to show to show to show to show to show. It's built
to be a 24/7 stream, while WWE is just like a almost here's what you can watch if you have nothing to watch right now thing,
Well, now they air like NXT at like 7 different times during the day, and they just like have the same like frequent programming. It's
it's weird because I've never used the WWE network like that. I was about to say,
do you know anyone that
video on demand?
I used to when it first came out, and then I stopped like first couple times.
They don't curate it. They don't curate it all. Like TNA curates the Twitch shit that they put up, but WB is like it could literally be anything. It could be goddamn some Raw show from '93, and then like Halloween Havoc, 2000 or what, like it could literally be anything.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. Like I was hoping when the network first dropped, like they would curate like stuff like that, like this day in wrestling, and like you'd have like the top matches of like September 28th, and like it would
the network is extensive, but it's not it's definitely not thought. It's not. It definitely could use some more thinking on like how to make it a little more approachable, I guess, as someone getting on.
Back to the classics on demand thing. You know, the classics on demand, when they had that, they had a Monday Night War type thing. It wasn't like the Monday Night War episode. It was like you would watch back-to-back episodes, like the Nitro and the Raw of the same day. And it was like you'd watch them both and you'd figure out like, okay, that was sweet because I just saw the same day in history, but it was like the Nitro and then the Raw. So it was like
exactly.
That's what they need, more of that.
Yes.
Yeah, curated stuff.
But I mean, at the same time, I just go down. It's like Wikipedia at this point. I just go down a rabbit hole at the network, where I'll just be like watch like 5 Thunders or like 7 Nitros in a row, and I'm like, oh, cool, all right.
It's actually funny because the network got updated. And they added the HTML5 player, which was like the biggest thing that I always wanted because I cannot stand Flash players. I just can't.
Yeah.
They suck. They're horrible. But somehow WWE like messed up the HTML5 player. So like, Marcus, on your Apple TV, is it a pain in the ass to scrub through for you? Because it's a pain in the ass for me.
And you get with the Apple TV, like it won't automatically start. I actually have to press play. Like I'll press like watch now. And then like it'll just stay frozen. I actually have to press the play button. Exactly.
Yeah, when I've scrubbed over and then it wouldn't go ahead and it would go back to the same.
Oh, you have Apple TV too, don't you?
Yeah, we all got Apple TV.
Yeah, so okay, I was just going through old WCW. I was just looking for Joshi shit on the network, like because I know that they had the Bull stuff from WWF when she was there. It was more Aja Kong really in the WWF, but Bull usually worked WCW.
Early like 80s like rock and wrestling type. She was Bull Nakano.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like it, but I feel like Aja was used more in WWF than Bull was, if I'm remembering this correctly. But anyways, what I was saying was I was trying to look through for shit like that just to kind of just learn more about it because I obviously wasn't super into stuff at that, even wrestling at that point when they were wrestling pretty hardcore, like 95, 93, something like that. Was like a lot of Joshi stuff, especially in WCW. But I was looking through it and I'm like, I'm trying to scrub through the fucking episode to like I'm just trying to get through the matches. And like anytime I on the Apple TV, you can press it to go like 10 or 15 seconds or so. Like you can press to the right of the controller and press to the left.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, every time I click it, I go like 40 minutes ahead. I'm like, this is horrible. Like I'm just going back and I'm like, I'll stop here. I'm like, nope. Oh, that's 15 minutes ahead where I wanted. Let's go back here. I'm like, God, dude, this sucks. How did this happen?
Some of the matches have like the match thing at the bottom. I don't know if what you were watching didn't have that.
No, what it had is like you could pull up the Apple TV and like it would have like the little boxes with like this match, this match.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the actual scrubber. It didn't have the like I know what you're talking about where it's got a line in the scrubber where you can like go to it. It'd be like, here's the match, here's the finish, here's the match, here's the finish.
Right. It was the key milestones in the match.
Yeah, Apple TV doesn't, at least mine, when I watched it, didn't have it.
They don't have that now anymore, but they have these boxes at the bottom now that show the matches. You can click on it.
Yeah.
At first I appreciated, but to James's point, it doesn't work most of the time.
Yeah, it does not. It's bad.
It's like at first, because like you remember when Network first came out and you're on Apple TV, like you would sit there and you'd pull up a match and it wouldn't have that box or there wasn't a thumbnail to view like what's going on in the match. So like you just pick spots like randomly and you'd be like, okay, I hope this is it. God damn it. I have to like keep fast forwarding or keep scrubbing forward. Yeah,
they messed it up and I can't take screenshots. Well, I can take screenshots now. It's just a pain in the ass because like when you press play, the pause button in the middle of the screen sits there for like 15 seconds. So like,
it does. I've had times where the controls stay on the screen the entire time I'm watching, and I'm like, why is the controls not going away?
Honestly, they've had some streaming issues on like key pay-per-view.
They always do.
Yeah, they did. And
I've never had a problem.
When it tried to go
just
to
recently, ever. Never had a problem.
What show was that? What was the last show we did, or the last show they did? Where
NXT.
It was NXT.
Yeah,
I was
tried to log in and
it
couldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Everybody switched over and it didn't work.
I guess they've never had 1 million people switching over at one point, so they're like, what the hell? What the hell? How'd that work out?
Like seriously, I've never had a problem even with WrestleMania ever.
Yeah, I actually have my biggest issues. I think came from, I guess it was my own connection maybe. But early on, I remember early on the network is a pain in the ass to watch any show because I guess they just didn't have the server space or something. So like
it would just keep buffering.
Yeah, it was so bad. Ugh. I'm glad they got over that, honestly, because that could have killed the fucking network if they didn't get the bandwidth stuff picked out.
I mean, like, legitimately, it is like my favorite thing in the world still, though, because it just has everything. So, I mean, I know we're hating on it right now, but it definitely literally is my favorite thing.
I mean, it's good, and it's a good resource, especially for the older shit, because WWE has absorbed literally every company in the history of the world.
Everything.
Yeah. But
some Stampede Wrestling.
You would think with them having that much resources that like they would have ironed all this shit out. It took 4 or 5 years for them to update HTML5 when that's crazy. They literally waited the last second.
They have a whole like practically an entire team working on the network too. Like their own social media people, their own programmers, their own everything. Yeah.
And they don't like. I feel like they just kind of do the bare minimum. They're like, yeah, we got all this content, but they don't. You know what I mean?
They need to curate the content better. Right now, they put a lot of stuff in like playlists. I don't know if you've seen that, where they're like, here's a collection of
I don't like that
stuff.
I really don't like it.
I wish they would just do like what you were saying with like the TNA thing, where they do like, here's the best whatever moments, and then they do like a whole show on it and stuff, and then they
most of the playlist stuff.
I want to see like more like entertainment stuff, like different types of shows and shit. Like when the network first debuted, they started to do some of that stuff. And
Legends House,
I guess
bring that back.
People didn't watch it. No, I mean like
Table
you know
3.
like. Well, no, more like content creator type stuff. Like they do, like they would focus on like video games, or like you'd have like in between like the replays.
Oh, stuff like Cassie Kelly and
yeah. And it's almost like they had their own hosts that were talking to the audience at that point, which I thought was dope at the time. Like
you need, I mean, having all the content's cool, but you need a way to present it to people. And I think I mean, that's something TNA was actually really good at, was when they did the DVDs and stuff. They would have like Mick or, you know, literally anybody, Jeff or whoever it was, and they would be like the curator. They'd be like, this shit's cool as fuck. This is why we're watching it.
Yeah.
This shit is cool. Like, let's watch it now.
Treat it just like MTV back in the day.
Yeah,
like,
that's
what I have like a curator.
That's the best way I think you could explain it. Honestly.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it should. Yeah, MTV. That's perfect.
Like it'd be so sick. You're right. Like what if Jeff Hardy right now was like on the network during the 24/7 type stream, and you're just like, okay, this is Jeff Hardy's top 10 like whatever type matches.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be so much better.
Or do a show kind of like TRL, but like the best matches of the month or something. Where
and that I've always waited for that. Like
a
there's
WWE
no
TRL
way
type
that,
show in the studio, and they're sitting there.
Dude, we'd watch that shit all the time. We really would. Like.
That would be really,
that'd
really
be
dope.
Fantastic. You'd have like Seth Rollins matches #1 for like 18 weeks in a row, like TRL.
Well, Seth Rollins. So Seth, what's your favorite matches? Well, goddamn, pal, I'm glad you asked. Me versus Rey Mysterio, me versus Brock Lesnar, me versus Dean Ambrose.
I was so psyched to wrestle Rey Mysterio. Let me tell you about how awesome Rey Mysterio is.
Did you enjoy the other matches? Yeah, absolutely. I actually enjoyed my one with Roman Reigns also, except anybody else. What a dick.
Oh yeah, Becky was great too.
Yeah, just him and his bros. Seth and the bros. Oh man, him and his 8 businesses and his fucking 9 companies. And like, good lord, Seth, you're crazy. You're out of control. Out of control.
Man.
Yeah, I guess since we've been talking about the network and stuff, we can talk about what happened on the weekly stuff here. Raw and SmackDown. I guess Raw is getting I saw the Raw announce team is Dio Madden, Vic Joseph, and who was the third person?
Jerry the King Lawler.
This is the worst fucking timeline of all time.
He's back.
If like, I don't even have an issue with Vic Joseph. I think the biggest thing with Vic Joseph is like he kind of feels like a WWE robot.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's always been my thing. Like I actually don't mind.
I don't like any of the announced team.
Yeah, honestly, they don't feel like real people. It's not like,
I'm not trying to defend, like, it's not that I don't like the individual people, like people as people, like it's just the way you can just tell all commentary is written now.
It's because they try to make another Michael Cole because they love Michael Cole so much. So like they always have to have their version of Michael Cole on a show.
They took Todd Phillips off like TV completely.
Yeah, what is he doing now?
Like what's going on there?
What's
he going to be doing?
He's probably chilling backstage.
205 Live now or what?
That's probably going to get canceled here soon. Were they taping it after SmackDown after live SmackDowns now or something?
Man, I saw someone go, man, Byron Saxton got robbed. I'm like, dude, they all suck. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Shut up, they all suck. Every one of them
Byron,
sucks.
Come on, man.
Byron Saxton voice. I can't wait.
Right.
It's the
I'm like,
Fiend
get
on
outta
NFL
here
on
with
Fox.
this shit. Exactly.
They all suck. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying is that they all feel like that.
Yes, every single one of them does. Which is why, in a way, like, I know why they tried to bring Lawler back, but at the same time, Lawler can't be Lawler anymore, so it's just going to suck too. And it's no offense against any of these guys. It's literally just, it's written, it's bad. It's
just have Lawler say puppies, and I'll be happy.
Oh, he's definitely going to say some bullshit and be off TV within 6 weeks.
But you can tell
that'd be hardcore. That'd be dope. Like, that shit would be awesome if that happened.
And he said some shit like that at GCW. He was fucking going off on he was fucking going off.
Dude, I will never forget that shit forever. Like when he picked up that Modelo bottle, like right out of some dude's like tub of Modelo's, like the 6-pack tub of Modelo's, just picked up that bottle. That was no fucking James Storm bottle at all.
Yeah, and the crowd, I can't remember what the crowd chanted. It was something like, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. The glass is just all over the ring or whatever.
Oh my God. It was awesome.
So they're waiting. So awesome. Apparently the rumor is that they're like putting Lawler in until they figure out a replacement or something. Like, I don't understand it.
Tom Phillips?
Well, the Booker T's available.
Oh my God! All right, I'm glad you baited me with that. You baited me with that.
I feel like they're gonna add a female. Oh, isn't Mickie James supposed to be on there?
No, like SmackDown's still. SmackDown's Renee, right?
Yeah, but I heard Mickie James.
No,
is gonna
Renee's
go
backstage
Lawler.
now. She's not on SmackDown.
No, I thought they announced that she was staying too. Hold on.
I swear Mickie James is doing commentary on one of these shows, guys.
Look, man, there's no concrete.
Mickie James is doing 205 Live commentary.
Who gives a shit? No one watches that.
That's for like a week.
But she's gonna go take Lawler's spot. They want to have a female in there. I'm telling you, it's happening. Anyway, so the main point to take from this is
you don't have sources. You
the
dumb
main.
bastard.
I am the source. You want to talk about the source, JR? I am the source.
SmackDown is Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Renee Young.
I swear to God that I just read that she was going to a backstage role. She's doing like the
She's doing her own show on Fox.
She's doing that too.
Her own show on Fox. But anyway,
she's doing that too. But
the main takeaway from this whole thing is the landscape of how WWE views their show, and Raw is no longer the A show anymore with their commentary setup.
That's obvious.
I mean, unless
not the A show anymore.
You don't think Dio Madden is the new main dude.
Nah.
As far as I'm concerned, fuck it. He's the best dude in the world. Like, his name is literally an anime reference, and like, I'm all in on him. He's great. He did his finisher was called the Nico Knee. That goes over both y'all's heads, and I love it. Like, that's like the greatest thing ever. He's into idol anime.
I know Nico. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, dude. I watch Nico like 20 times a day.
Yeah, again, like I would just want to clarify with the fucking commentary. It can be better, and it's not the talent's fault.
Yeah, it's because
it's because it needs Black Snow and Chet Lemon.
Chet Lemon, that's that boy.
Mark is like, what are you talking about?
Well, you knew when the commentary was going downhill. It was probably 2007 ish, because then on, whenever they'd have a wrestler doing commentary, that was better than the commentary. You're like, oh,
yeah, CM Punk.
Well, something's up. Every time
they did it constantly,
or it was Jericho, like every single time.
You spilled my diet soda.
Yeah, I remember that too. Fuck, they had a whole feud with Jericho and Punk where he poured beer on them. Yeah, what a great feud. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the announce teams and you see that Booker T's not on either of them, you gotta be wondering what the fuck's the agenda at play here. What's happening here?
Just Booker T and Kevin Nash on the Raw team, and you got the best commentary team in the biz.
He'll have some part of like the Fox stuff, right?
Man, they're afraid.
He's on the Fox show. Booker is with Renee Young.
WWE are cowards.
That's perfect.
No, he needs to be on the commentary booth. That's where he shines, man. He felt like a real person, like an actual like non-WWE robot.
Okay, I will give you that. He absolutely felt like it was a real person, but that's partially because like they like tell him what to say in his ear, and he's just like, fuck that.
And Booker's like, I can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. I can't hear you.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Or he'd fuck it up so badly where you're like, he's a real person. He's fucking up.
Yeah, I'm Michael Black Rose, huh? Yo, okay, cool.
I had a dream you died.
That's my favorite Booker commentary movie.
So they do have that studio show called WWE Backstage with Booker and Renee.
Tape, though.
It's Renee Young. And apparently Booker says they're going to talk about who's a better heel, Becky or Sasha, is one of the pitches. He says that
sounds fucking terrible. Who would want to watch that?
That's the in-depth, deep stuff they're going to get into.
Who the fuck would want to watch that?
They said with the way the internet works,
shit?
the way the internet works and everybody thinks they know everything, we're going to dive in deep to all of that stuff. That's what Booker says.
I hate that. I hate that.
So they're going to go on about how Becky and Sasha, who's a better heel or something. Like, that was one of his things he put out there.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Booker, just go on commentary, man. Don't be
let me tell you
that's
something.
like WWE trying to control like the smart shit. Oh no.
They got to control every narrative, man. They have to. It's like in their blood.
They got their own podcast network now. Why not control the dirt
fuck
sheets?
all of that. Like, get back to the Tuesday Night Titan shit. Just like wear like over the top fucking tuxedos.
Vince needs
do
to
like
be on
do like a late night show kind of shit. That shit would be
Vince
dope.
needs to act like Johnny Carson again. Fantastic.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
Yes.
Well, it's more fun as a fan when you're the only one talking about it. Like if especially with WWE, like the meme stuff, when WWE gets into the meme stuff, I hate that when they start getting into like remember the RKO thing that was really popular in the WWE's like, hey, look, we also know about this RKO meme. It's like, it was fun.
The meme. I love the RKO meme.
Yeah, the good old memes from the Da Vinci Man. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I want to see Piper break coconuts over people's heads.
Yeah, like WWE provided the content for the memes, and that's why we enjoyed it. The second that you get in on the meme is not fun anymore, and that's how it's always going to be.
When they started, remember when they did Lockdown and they had a jail cell on the screen with the Usos?
Yeah, the penitentiary.
Lockdown. And then the Nakamura text would go on the screen.
Whatever the hell that was so bad. And
that was the greatest era of SmackDown ever.
I'm glad that they decided to ditch that, because that's fine for a YouTube video, not for TV.
They just need to get back to like the overselling of everything. Like that's when WWE's at its best.
Well,
we talked about that last week.
Man. Seth's got you because whatever the hell that was when the Fiend came in the ring was overselling. He's like, oh my God!
I loved that. I will be real. I thought that was awesome.
You like that? I was cracking up, dude. I was cracking up.
It's not because I thought it was. It's not because I thought it was awesome. It's because I was cracking up. I want to see more of that type of shit.
That shit had awesome. Me. Yeah. I mean, like they definitely weren't going for that, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but that's like Jake like putting the snake on like Macho's arm and shit. Like that's awesome. Like I love that shit. It's hilarious, but. Just do that. Like, just do that.
Yeah, just make Seth look like a bitch every week. That's what I like too. Actually, do that like do it 200 more times. Keep doing it.
It's because they're catering to the internet fans. That's what they're doing, and it's not.
I want to see the overacting, man. That's what wrestling's all about, dude.
Did you say you wanted memes? Because I got you there. They can hit you with a couple of these.
Vince understood what memes were, and now they're going to be GIFs all over the Twitter.
Yeah, good lord. Seth was like screaming bloody murder. Seth, didn't you just face this dude like a minute ago? That's crazy. I don't know. That was a little weird for me. I just didn't know what to think about that. I was like, Seth, just get up. You're a grown ass man.
Dude, but that's why it's great. Like fucking like Vince would piss his pants back in the day. He was a grown ass man too.
Yeah, but Stone Cold had a gun. Okay, there's a big difference. Like a literal gun. He was gonna shoot his brains out on TV. Like
thanks, Tommy.
I pissed my pants and Stone Cold had a gun. Thanks, Tommy. Oh, this podcast is canceled.
It went full circle to fucking Tommy. That's amazing. That's some fucking good produced shit right there, man. That's like off the cuff.
Stone Cold had a gun, okay?
Man.
Brian Pillman had a gun and was going to kill Stone Cold. Bringing guns back in wrestling, okay? Can we have more guns? Seth needs to have a gun and shoot the Fiend.
Fuck that. Seth needs to drive a fucking tank down the ramp. There you go. Point that shit out.
He needs to forklift.
That'll kill the Fiend. That's the only thing that's going to kill the Fiend.
Now I kind of want to see
Fiend's bus.
Yeah, now I kind of want to see like the Fiend just trolling the piss out of Seth Rollins. Like I just want to like I'm not even talking about in the arena. Like Seth's like out getting coffee or something, and the Fiend's just like
those lights. The lights are there.
I really don't know. Like I don't know exactly what the angle is they're working here with the Fiend and the Seth Rollins stuff, but as long as it involves Seth Rollins screaming just bloody murder, whatever, fuck it, it's fine.
It's got to end with Seth Rollins pulling a gun on the Fiend. That's the only way to close that angle out.
Yeah, that's true. We do have to advocate for guns. That is Vince McMahon.
And if Seth Rollins does more drugs like we want, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic.
I can't wait till Brock just does. I can't wait till Brock just does one German suplex and the Fiend is over.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's why they want Brock on SmackDown, because if the Fiend came in the ring with Brock, then Brock ain't scared of nothing. So
he's not selling for anybody. He's like, fuck this cartoon shit.
Yeah, he definitely would tell them. Brock would definitely be like, yeah, I'll sell for him. Sure. And then they get out there and he's like, bring that ass here, boy.
He's throwing elbows to break his nose like he did against Cena.
100%.
Hardaway's the Fiend. He's just like fucking a bloody mess.
He fucking just keeps punching the mask. It breaks and shatters. And you see Bray under it.
The Fiend is on the ground like guarding, and he's just like, he's going like mid fucking stance on this thing, just fucking beating
the Fiend curls up in like fetal position on the ground, like crying.
He's Frank Mirren the shit out of him. He's screaming like his little hammer punches that he do.
You got half the roster out there, and Brock just starts beaming half the roster. Bob Sapp comes out and helps Lesnar just start teeing off on him. He gets all his boys
that's why I hate it when people get. That's why I hate it when people get on Brock. He's like the fucking man.
Brock goes Dan Severn on everybody and just starts doing it.
Brock comes down to 1999 Royal Rumble. He said, "Bring me the Fiend."
You can ask me to lose.
Bring me the Fiend, bitch. That's exactly what he said.
Oh my God. I want Brock
he would stand over the Fiend and be like, yowie wowie, bitch.
And then Seth runs out, burn it down.
Dude, the Fiend. Oh my God. I just want Brock to make him look like a bitch now. Oh my God. I want the lights to go out and he like mandible claws Brock, and Brock just sits there. The lights turn back on and he just beats the fucking shit out of him. He just takes him.
Why do you have your hand in my mouth?
Turns the mandible claw to the F5.
Oh man, I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you. Man. Please just let him just demasculate the Fiend. Just go ahead and end it, man. We know it's gonna get that point anyway. Just go ahead and do it, man. I'm begging you.
Dude, I legit asked Bryce at 2K, like, put Brock on the cover every year. Just piss everyone off.
Oh man,
put him on the cover every single year.
It would. Oh my God, it would ruin everybody's lives. I don't even see video game covers anymore, and I'm just like, I know that'll just ruin everybody's life.
Oh man.
I love that the Fiend has become the central point of every episode.
The Brock Lesnar destroying the Fiend, I think, has become the central point of every episode.
Oh, I can't fucking help it. Anytime I think of the Fiend, I think of Brock Lesnar kicking his ass.
Ripping the cell door off and destroying him.
Yeah. Pissing in his mouth. Sorry, buddy.
And then WWE makes that meme of like where the guy was pissing on the Ford logo.
Bray has to come back as a fourth character.
Yeah, he's got to rethink another character. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah. I know Brock would just like rip the mask off and put it on and just trump him with it. Just
like when he did the Eddie Guerrero hat thing. But he's got
the thumbnail. Dude, Pedro's got to do Brock with a Fiend mask.
He's got like the Eddie Guerrero dance coming down to the ring.
Okay, so get Pedro. Pedro has to do Brock Lesnar doing the Eddie Guerrero entrance with the Fiend mask on. Yeah. I'll give you the exact image of him coming down with the mariachi band and then with the Fiend mask on. Perfect.
Yeah. Put the hat on. The mariachi band too when he comes out on Raw to celebrate that he took the Fiend's mask.
Yeah, what's the mariachi band for? I don't know, motherfucker. That's how I want Brock to respond to everything.
Say something.
What's the mariachi band for? I don't know, motherfucker. What are you going to do about it?
What was Brock's shirt at the time? Hooked Off Pain or something? He had some like weird shirt. Hooked on Pain or something like that, Brock shirt.
Pain 69.
During the mariachi thing, he had like Hooked on Pain or whatever shirt that was.
I don't know, man. How the hell did you remember that? I don't know.
Because it's like the you look at the picture, you'll see.
I keep track of all the merch, brother.
Yeah, all that shit going all the way back. That was around the time Brock was beating up handicapped kids, and that was a great time for Brock Lesnar, by the way.
Going down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat these handicapped kids, and
Off the Hook Pain is what his shirt said.
I'm pretty sure that was around the time Eddie he left after that, didn't he?
Was that when Eddie did indie stuff at the time?
Yeah, where he left and went to IWA and ROH. I'm pretty sure that was around the time Eddie just took time off to because he had drug issues and he took time off. And he's like, I'll just go work IWA and ROH and shit. So
yeah, that's what it was, I think. It was right around that time.
Yeah. Shit.
Brock destroys everybody.
Yeah, in the end, Brock always goes over.
Brock always wins.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, if you want to talk about Raw and SmackDown, we can. I mean,
didn't
we? I mean, they're really. I'd
just
rather talk
major
about
moments, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather. Brock,
but it was a lot of like transition stuff because they're just waiting until.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of things, right? I mean, Rey Mysterio, that was cool. The Fatal 5-Way thing, right?
Yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet match.
It's crazy that the pop for Rey is still that wild. I don't know if you guys.
It's like that Orton. It's the Orton thing. You know, people just love it. I don't know.
Michael
it's like a thing.
Michael, you know, we were shitting on Michael Cole a second ago, but he actually made like a really, really good call here. Like as Rey's like flying through the sky for, you know, he doesn't drop the dime anymore. He just goes to the top rope and usually does something. Yeah, he said, I can't do that dime shit no more, bro.
Even though he still wrestles like he's in 1996 or something.
He's got the stem cell knees, man. He can't do the drop of the dime shit no more. But he was flying through the sky for the frog splash. And Michael Cole goes, is the magic still there? As the crowd is just like, I mean, they're erupting. I thought it was crazy because, like, you know, Rey is still Rey. He's still the man forever. But, like, obviously, you know, I didn't feel like the crowd was too in. I mean, shit, they booed Rey at the Royal Rumble. You remember that? When he came out for the Daniel Bryan thing? So, I always assume, like, you know, that's a guy you always give props to and you always, you know, give a celebratory cheer to. But it's not like he had been burning the house down or anything. And hearing the crowd just go wild for him winning the match and like Michael Cole's call, like it was just like the most perfect thing ever. Yeah. He was cool.
Well, I mean, I think why everyone popped is because you didn't expect him to win. So as it's happening, you're like, wait, is this really going to happen? And
but then I thought back to the time that Rey Mysterio and John Cena and all that stuff.
Yeah, John Cena went up to Raw. Yeah, that was right after that was right as the Summer of Punk was going on. And then, you know, Rey won and John went up to him and said, all right, man, if you don't want to be a little bitch, then you'll fight me tonight.
I just have bad vibes from that. You know, I feel like, Rey's getting a title match on Raw.
That's like my favorite thing ever is John Cena in the fucking jorts. Hey, Rey, if you ain't a little bitch, you gonna fight me tonight with that title? He said, all right, bet. That was the worst decision of Rey's life. Because I'm pretty sure, like, after he lost the title, they didn't do anything with him. He left, and then, like...
No, he was off, Signed Lucha Underground, didn't wrestle. It was done.
That's rough, man. That's rough. At least he's back now. He's getting a little... I don't know if you want to call this... I feel like wrestlers, you know, retirement's a word that I think Terry Funk actually retired. He retired the word retirement. I don't think that wrestlers can ever actually retire. I think they just take time off. Like, they can call this the Rey retirement tour, but, like, be honest, Rey's gonna wrestle
until they die.
Yeah, until you take your last breath, you're not fucking done wrestling. You just can't walk away from this stuff. I can't. And there was a really good Scott Hall quote I can't remember it now for the life of me, but I'm sure somebody in them. Yeah, that was probably it. But he talked about it. He talked about like, oh yeah. I think was it the Hall of Fame where he was like,
bad guys don't.
Yeah, he's like, it was either Hall of Fame or when he was in the house with DDP where he was like, what do you do when he stops chanting your name, brother? And that just reminds me of a ton of like older wrestlers, you know, like, and it reminds me of that movie, The Wrestler, too, with Mickey Rourke, which was
I love that movie.
That should not have been as good as it was. That movie was so good.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, most wrestling movies.
Me of Jake Roberts.
Okay, so he says he went, hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. That's fucking awesome. Actually.
Yeah, that was the other one. That wasn't the sad one. That was that was just like he writ that for the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about the actual like candid one he did, where he was like strung out on fucking drugs and he was like close to dying. And
so it was Hey Yo. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Thank you, Mario.
Survey says one more for the good guys.
Tony was right. It was Hey Yo.
Let's see here.
Scott Hall's inspirational quote.
So I just googled Scott Hall quote. Hey Yo.
Okay. All right. Here we go. ESPN on Scott Hall, a broken man. I guess it was a Scott Hall on ESPN
30 for 30 or
I don't remember if he had a 30 for 30. I think he did because they talked about
outside the lines, I think.
Yeah, because they talked about, you know, where I think Hall like shot somebody or something outside of a bar or something like that happened. They went over a lot of that shit. Yeah, that was like was that before he went to WCW or afterwards? I don't remember the exact story of it. But it was
I think he was at AWA at the time, maybe.
Yeah, but he said on that ESPN thing, what do you do when they stop chanting your name? and like that, and he was like really busted up, and like that's a quote that I'll probably never forget because it reminds me of like every old school wrestler, and not from this era because it's just different. Like now you quit wrestling and like you can just go stream on Twitch or whatever,
play video games.
Yeah. You can go like build a tent in your backyard or whatever, like Asuka's doing right now, but like it's the older school people, it's just like, fuck dude, like what do they do? That's why they keep coming back to this shit, because
that's the Ric Flair thing, man. That's why he keeps coming back. It's like, what do you do when they stop changing your name?
Yeah, that's like the saddest shit ever. Like it truly is like super upsetting. But I mean, that's how the business went. Yeah, that's just how everything worked out back then. Maybe if y'all motherfuckers would have played the PlayStation a little more, things would be all right.
True.
So you guys started Konami code and shit, you'd have been all right. Things would turn out okay. Gallows and Anderson ended up getting a new theme song. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I actually think it might be the OC
from the Hulu version.
Oh, they probably
from the Hulu version. I think it was.
Well, they got a new song. They had Omen in the Sky before, which is still like, I love that theme song actually. I think Omen in the Sky rules.
Yeah, it was a kick-ass.
I don't know who does the music anymore because apparently CF243607 they don't do it anymore.
I think CFO $sign didn't actually leave. It was one of those rumors that came out, but then it wasn't actually true.
The fucking internet, man.
They have it in their bio still on Twitter, CFO $sign.
Oh, so Satine said it, right?
Probably, yeah.
It says WWE music creator still. They still have it in their bio, so.
Well, whatever it is, this new song is like this fucking dope metal music. I don't know if it, like seeing AJ Styles come out and, knowing AJ Styles is a little weird. For Gallows and Anderson, it kicks ass, but like seeing AJ come out to it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I mean, it's just like when I think of modern WWE theme songs and that's what I was talking about, trying to say with the commentary booth and all that stuff too. Everything's just super streamlined and like just feels, everything meshes together to the point where nothing stands out anymore. It's just, that's what I'm hoping with the SmackDown on Fox and shit. Like I heard the Pyro was coming back, and just that in itself kind of sets things apart. It's that unpredictability, I guess, or that what 100%. Stands out. Yeah,
it's gonna feel like a different show next week.
Except they're going to get in this rhythm again where it won't be different anymore. It's going to be like this canned like pyro type thing that doesn't feel.
I understand. Anymore. Like I get it. Like I get like how massive of a conglomerate this is that you have to like make shit formulaic or you'll never be able to do as much shit as you do. But like, who gives a shit? Like you still got to do something to make it interesting, or else like why the hell is anybody watching? You know what I mean? Like at some point you have to stop being so formulaic just so you can keep an audience.
Stop being Star Wars prequel shit.
Whoa, you don't like Jar Jar, you asshole? I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, Darth Maul was the shit.
Darth Maul was the shit, like, but the only thing good about the prequels. right, exactly.
I feel like that's how WWE is. They're like, damn, this is sweet. Fuck that guy.
Man,
the Fiend is awesome.
The Fiend's
that
dope.
guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Bring in Brock.
Exactly how it is. It's like, oh, here's Kofi Kingston. Fuck that guy. Brock Lesnar. That's how they do it on everything. Pyro. Fuck that guy. That's WWE's mantra now in 2019. Fuck that guy. I would not be surprised. George Lucas sold off Star Wars and he went to go work for Vince McMahon, baby.
Kid friendly.
Who is the Jar Jar Binks of WWE?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think. Who they're I guess Mike Kanellis could be Jar Jar Binks.
No,
he definitely could be.
It's got to be wet, but it's got to be more memorable than that.
I guess it has to be more. They're behind him, but nobody else is.
Yeah,
because George Lucas definitely he's like Jar Jar's it, baby. He's the future of Star Wars.
I know who it was. It was early Roman Reigns.
Like 2015 Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
I think it's current Seth Rollins.
Yeah, right now Jar Jar Binks is current Seth Rollins. I agree with Tony actually. Yeah, it's funny because Seth Rollins right now is 2014-2015 Roman Reigns. So it's full circle. It's like a fucking Venn diagram. It's a triangle, and it all equals out to Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, but the only difference is that Seth's doing it to himself.
What are you talking about? He's just sticking up for his company, man. Where he works, where he makes his dollars, where he puts a fucking house on for his head, brother.
Whereas WWE kept forcing Roman on us.
Yeah, that was a good time. I did. What was that one promo he did backstage? He did first off, he did the promo with John Cena where he was like, at the the golden shovel. That was a good one with John Cena. There was a one, I can't remember who it was with, where he was like, suffering succotash, son. That was horrible.
Oh my God, yes.
I remember all that shit for some reason.
Ooh, that gave me chills. I didn't ever expect that to be brought up again.
Yeah, forever you will understand the suffering succotash, son.
Now we need Jar Jar Binks doing.
He said it against Seth Rollins. Oh boy!
Please God, someone draw Pedro. Get Pedro.
Did someone do
Seth Rollins?
Take a drink. Jar
Jar Binks in a burn it down shirt, dude. Please, for the love of God, Pedro.
or Jar Jar in Roman's bulletproof
spinning a
vest.
title above his head.
Make it happen.
Oh man, that's perfect. Thank you, Pedro, ahead of time. We got a couple of things. That's perfect. I love it.
Misa burns it down.
Fuck that guy.
What's the use of thinking it's supposed to happen?
Oh, dude, fucking hell.
Oh man,
I love how we take. I guarantee you there will be a Jar Jar Binks reference on WWE within the next 4 weeks. There absolutely will. I guarantee it.
They'll bring the actor who played him. Look who's in the audience. Ahmed Best.
He's wearing a burn it down shirt. Son of a bitch.
Dude, did you hear about that guy though that played Jar Jar? He like was suicidal and almost jumped off a bridge. Yeah. What the freak?
What the fuck? Because of the fucking backlash,
dude.
Yeah,
he almost committed suicide, and then like years later, he walked on that same bridge with like his son, and like had this weird moment about his life and like how he was.
Same thing happened to young Anakin, Jake Lloyd. He got I
do remember that. Even, like, okay,
that was from Turbo Man.
I wasn't a grown man when the prequels came out, so like I still like liked them. Like I still liked, what it was. I guess maybe Star Wars I guess my dad was super into Star Wars. Like he made Star Wars references all the time. What was it, like 85? Right. The first one came out. Is that right?
77.
77. What the fuck?
Yes.
You were alive.
The Star Wars, wasn't it?
No, I wasn't. The first one I saw was Jedi.
Fuck, you were alive. Don't lie.
You were in
82
theaters,
assholes.
He still got his ticket stub at home.
But I do have like all the figures though, for real.
I have I actually have ornaments, Christmas ornaments that I think my grandma got me, and I have Jar Jar Binks.
Hey, I mean, I'm right there with you. When I first saw the prequels, I thought they were all dope, but like,
I mean, they're definitely politically based.
Yeah, but they just do not. Yeah, right. They would release that shit now and it'd be so over.
Yeah, I think movies have just changed. People just wanted love and fighting. And like that's always what Star Wars kind of was just love and fighting.
Yeah, they just didn't. They just don't hold. They just don't.
It's because they were so deep. Like they were. I mean, like they fucking like you were the council and fucking. We're trying to learn all the Jedi rules and shit. It's like what the fuck is going on?
We don't want this shit.
Yeah, like I want to see Han Solo.
I remember seeing
people.
I remember seeing Attack of the Clones, and it was like Yoda fighting was like the coolest thing my eyes had ever seen at the time.
Oh, he's flipping all over the place.
Yeah. Now I look back at that whole movie, I'm like, oh my god, Attack of the Clones is like the worst movie ever.
Which one was Order 66?
The worst movie ever. That's Revenge of the Sith. That's the last one.
That's that shit. Order 66. Oh my god.
I still like that movie. That movie's sweet.
Dude, Darth Maul is the coolest dude ever, and they killed him in 15 seconds.
Well, no, when I repeat that line all the time when Obi-Wan tells Anakin's like, I hate you, and Obi-Wan's like, you've done that yourself.
I hate you. Well, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
I got the high ground, Anakin, you son of a bitch. Oh, fuck that.
Exactly.
You suffered, succotash.
But no, like, have you watched some of the recent Star Wars shit? Maul's back, bro. Spoiler alert.
I can't get into the new Star Wars shit, man. I can't. It's the fucking Disney conglomerate, man. I can't support this shit. I can't support this big business capitalism garbage. It's just not the same, man. It's not the George Lucas parking lot intro fucking. It's not the same, man.
Oh man, I love the new shit though.
Do you? Really I haven't even seen them. I haven't I literally just started skipping them. I watched the very first one just because it was like Star Wars is back, baby. They're like, oh cool, okay.
Yeah, episode 7.
Yeah, I don't even know what the episodes are anymore. So because they release one literally every 8 months, it feels like there's a Star Wars.
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of The Last Jedi, but I was a fan of The Force Awakens. I thought Force Awakens was dope.
Is that the first one?
I didn't like. Yeah.
Okay, that one, I'm They all feel like the same fucking movie.
It's when they introduce Rey. We are going on a tangent about Star Wars right now. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it back around to Seth Rollins here in a minute. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's when they started. It's when they introduced Rey and Finn and Han Solo died. All that shit.
Whoa! Spoilers! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, hey, the movie's been out for 5 years.
I'm sorry, man. Like, good lord, there's gonna be some like 8-year-old watching this. What the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck? I was going in order.
Oh my god, that's all I was dead. That's what should have happened. That probably would have remembered it more. Well, what was the one Star Wars movie with the blind dude, the monk?
Oh, that's Rogue One.
Ah, okay, that was not awful.
No, that shit was dope too. The one where it kind of went off the rails a little bit was the Solo movie.
I didn't watch that. No,
you see that?
I didn't even know that came out.
Yeah, that one kind of jumped the shark a little bit. But Maul came back in that one.
I don't remember any of those except for Rogue One. I actually don't remember any of them. Like, the only thing I remember, I remember the blind monk dude who just walked through gunfire, and then I remember Darth Vader showing up. It's like, holy fuck!
I am one with the Force.
Yeah, no, you're not, dude. You just got fucking lucky. You just can't shoot worse shit. I've seen Star Wars before. I know how this works.
All they had to do was bring out like a machine gun version of a laser, and he's dead. Yeah, it's over.
I swear to God, there was like a Gatling laser or something in that one. I don't remember.
That's what I mean. That's what killed him.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Darth Vader cameo was fucking the coolest thing ever. So like, that was really, really dope.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
That's about all I remember. And then the girl, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna die." He's like, "I'll talk to you later." He's like, "Oh, okay, I see you. I guess." I guess it was a prequel, so it made sense that they died. So why not? That movie was pretty. I know you guys. You don't know this, but Halo Reach. Did you guys ever play that?
I played it. Yes.
Halo Reach was just essentially Rogue One. They essentially just Rogue One took Halo Reach and said, "You know what, man? Down to the fucking Gatling gun. That's incredible, man." They just like, I'm going to take this fucking game and we're making it into this movie.
Really?
Insane. Yeah, it's actually crazy how much parallels there are there.
Now I want to play some goddamn Halo. I love that fucking game.
No, you don't.
I love that game so much.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you did love it. You love the idea of Halo. You love 2001 Halo is what you love.
Yes.
It ain't the same, man. Don't go back. There ain't nothing left. There's nothing there for you, man.
The same reason we love the idea of Randy Orton.
Randy. I bet Randy likes Halo 5. I know Adam Cole does. That asshole.
Dude, that shit you shared today with Adam Cole was hilarious.
Did you see Daniel Bryan's leg almost get ripped off on SmackDown, though?
No, I didn't watch.
All right, good talk.
You know, I just love me a good old SmackDown.
Harper went to grab him and throw him in the ring, and his leg got caught in the top rope. He went for the choke slam thing with the claw.
The Iron Claw Bomb.
He went for the Iron Claw Bomb, and Daniel Bryan's leg got caught in the top rope and could barely get it out.
Oh, I did see that, actually. Wow. Did I watch SmackDown? Holy shit. Maybe I did, actually. That's weird.
Then he pulled him out again and Iron Clawed him again.
Yeah. He's like, I remember scary. That because Daniel was sitting on commentary. He's like, help! Not commentary. He was on the ropes. He was like, help! The ref's like, what? Get the fucking rope off, dude. Yeah, the ref was like trying to help him, and then like Eric Rowan's like, get the fuck out of the way, dude. He started pulling his leg out of the rope. I remember that now.
That was the beginning of SmackDown, where two matches opened with like, hey, we're gonna have a match, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have a match, and that's like how the matches even happened.
I actually remember that now. I did watch SmackDown. Holy shit. Okay, good.
How about that?
Yeah, I remember specifically now because Rowan was wearing a Kill Switch Engage shirt, and Harper was wearing a Hatebreed shirt. Now I remember that I watched SmackDown. Look at that. I almost forgot.
There you go. And Chad Gable is short. I don't know if you caught that as well.
Yep.
They mentioned
Chad Gable is short. Nikki Cross is ugly, and WWE can't get away from basic ass storytelling.
Right.
This is the shit that people are like, this is good storytelling right here. This is the stuff that people praise. They're like, yes, this is good. So they'll have like a 20 or 30 minute like methodical just attack the leg match where it ends, and they'll be like, oh, you're not ugly anymore, handshake. Wow, the storytelling. Oh my God.
That told a beautiful story.
It did what it's
shake
supposed
hands
to.
In the end.
Incredible.
Yeah.
This is a week of wrestlers almost dying, though, because Ali almost died, too. You saw that, right, on Raw?
Oh, I did see that, where he fucking nosedived off the toe tag. Nakamura was like, yeah, man, you can die or whatever. Nakamura doesn't give a fuck. I saw a tweet earlier that, like, it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. It's like, people keep saying Nakamura's good, but he's just the Japanese honky tonk man. I was like, oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Pedro!
Exactly. I was about to say that shit.
He's cool. He's cocky. He's not gonna.
Pedro, let me get that Honky Tonk Man Nakamura.
I want to see Nakamura come out with a fucking
Pedro's got
guitar.
like a
acoustic guitar now.
He's gonna come out on the surfboard. That's what the good stuff is.
With DDP driving him down in the ring in a Cadillac.
Thank you so much.
Who would be
It's
his,
gotta be Sami Zayn driving him in a taxi down in the ring.
Yeah, but who would be his Greg Valentine tag partner?
Triple H when he cuts his beard. Do you remember that? Triple H cosplayed Greg Valentine for like 4 years.
I do. You're right.
He got off the gas and fucking got fat and cut his beard. He tried to look like Harley Race and look like Greg Valentine.
He did have like a beer belly at one point. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That was the same time he no-sold for like 30 minutes and didn't fall over.
Yeah, Triple H was in like a perpetual state of not giving a shit around that time. It was great. Still burying dudes, but not giving a shit about it.
Oh my god.
He said, I think Stephanie had gotten pregnant or something at that time. He's like, oh, well.
He's like, sweet, I can eat now.
Yeah, it's a good time for me, man. Compared to 2000s Triple H, where he's wearing Baby Gap shirts and his biceps are bigger than my fucking whole body.
Yeah, that's best Triple H.
Yeah, he used to wear the biker hat backwards or whatever.
Yeah,
that was interesting, dude. And Stephanie would hold the title.
Interesting.
Stephanie would hold the title, and she couldn't hold it up with one hand because it was so heavy.
Yeah,
those are the good old days of wrestling right there, man. That's the good old days.
Jakks Pacific releasing a McMahon Helmsley era figure set.
What's that? Some geek ass fucking toy shit. I wouldn't know about that. I'm sorry.
All right, Funko boy.
What do you mean? I plead the fifth.
What do you mean?
I plead the fifth on that.
Mean?
I don't even know what that means.
I checked your eBay account, brother. I saw what you saw.
Hey, don't worry about what I got on eBay. Ain't nothing there for you. Unless you're a big
like
fan
the
of Mighty
40-year-old
Record.
virgin scene. It's the 40-year-old virgin scene where the girl asks you to throw away your figures.
That's a sad fucking day in hell when that happens.
The day Pulse gets married.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
but he's like,
that's
that's a sad fucking day when that happens. But call me.
Yeah, please.
She's like-
anybody, just talk to me.
She's like, let's open this No Mercy. You got to let it breathe. No, you don't take the No Mercy out of a box.
Bro, I am. If I get a partner and they say throw away this shit, I'm throwing away my partner. Like that's just how.
I thought for sure you were gonna say I'm throwing away the shit.
The day
Fuck,
Pulse
no, are you
gets
kidding
married.
me? I got like $500 figures over here. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, all right, let it breathe. Yeah, I'll let it
Dude,
breathe.
you
All
got-
right, let you breathe on the fucking road.
Dude, Kushida walks through the door. You're like, all right, fuck all this shit, burn it down.
Check out James's garage sale full of $500 action figures because part
God,
of
that'd be a fucking cold day in hell if you ever saw me on the street selling action figures. Just keep that in mind. I need help. I need you to come help me if you ever see that happen. Just so you know. Yeah, I need you got to come help me from this situation. I'm being held hostage.
Pulse's
You can
wedding
move it.
day. No, get him out. Save him. He's getting rid of all his figs.
Yeah,
It's not worth
if
it.
I start selling Jungle Kiona cards and Io Shirai masks, please just fucking help me. That's a cry for help. So please,
Dude, Tony, we absolutely got to do an angle at Pulse's wedding for
Get
sure.
some help.
yeah.
Save him.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are still alive when I get married. So I'll be 75 walking on
That's
the aisle.
cryptic.
I finally found somebody. And at that point, it's just like an AI robot of myself.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll be dead. Right. You're right.
Yeah, you were born in fucking
AI
you were born in like 64. You went to the fucking opening of Star Wars 1. So
I got like 3 years left.
yeah, people call me a boomer. And I ain't even fucking 30 yet. So like,
Shit. I'm a late millennial, assholes.
that's why I tell myself
My
at night
ass.
when I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, I am a millennial. God damn it.
I am a millennial.
I got a white monster in one hand and my W2 in my other. I am a goddamn millennial, man.
W2.
We had
man.
going from speaking of W2s. Speaking of
Speaking of,
W2s,
Chad
we had
Gable
the
is short.
Kabuki Warriors. Speaking of
Chad Gable
W2s,
short.
Kyrie Zane won a match.
We're king of the segues, man. We just got to keep doing the worst
Hey,
segues.
Carmella got pinned and didn't lose the 24/7 title. What the?
Speaking of the Fiend on Fox, Bailey and Sasha Banks defeated Charlotte and Carmella.
Speaking of the best friends in Orange Cassidy.
Oh man. Oh no! Speaking of Io Shirai mask, Kofi Kingston did a sit-down interview.
Speaking
with
of
Michael
Sting
Cole.
taking off his Sting mask.
Oh man!
Speaking of hard 10 tournament, let's go back.
Man, what the fuck is
Princey
going
politician's probably so surprising.
Sorry, man. It's late. I had a long day at work.
Are we going to talk about Raw and SmackDown ever again? Like AEW debuts next week. I expect us to have no AEW talk.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about Jar Jar Binks for 2 hours.
I mean, let's just be real. This is a transition episode until AEW starts. We're going to be all over that shit
gold.
next week.
This is us figuring out the format finally.
No one that's watching this even watched WWE this week. So like,
you're right. You're right.
But they definitely watched the Star Wars prequels. So like, they definitely get what we're saying. You know what I mean? All right, if we're not going to talk about anything else, can we talk about how Keith Lee's finisher is called the BBC? Yes. As far as I'm concerned, Keith Lee is going to long dick the entire NXT.
Oh my God. That's it. That's the best wrestling moment of the week.
And I want to thank you guys for joining us here on Deadlock.
we can't forget about One Lorcan. We didn't even mention One Lorcan.
Oh my God, the BBC.
Or Liger or any of that shit.
Oh my God, the BBC. Oh yeah, all right, let's
as much as I want to end it on the BBC, as much as I want to.
There's One. Come on.
All right. I will talk about NXT because I actually really did enjoy NXT a lot.
NXT.
I thought this show was fucking sweet, so we will talk about that.
We already talked about NXT.
Well, we didn't. We didn't fucking talk about we didn't fucking talk about the BBC, did we? No, so we're gonna fucking talk about that. That's what we're talking about here. Oh. All right. Let me get my what I need to say out here. All right. Did you guys watch Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijak?
Yes.
What'd you guys think?
Kenny Omega hates him, so do I.
Oh yeah, Donovan Dijak. Fuck that guy.
God damn it, you're too fast. I was just about to say that shit too.
You gotta get quicker on the draw, baby.
I do. I was about to be like, and you're like, fuck that guy.
Look, man,
I love those memes. We love those memes.
Half my shit is fucking memes, so fuck it.
Oh man,
I'm gonna fucking die out here, man.
Donovan Dijak. Diza Vojic.
His name is Donovan Dijak. By the time he gets to the main roster, he will just be Dijak. So
he's gonna get beat up by Brock Lesnar.
Keith Lee's gonna use the BBC, and Brock's gonna be like,
fuck your long dick.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's gonna bring out the white Zilla. And welcome to NXT.
His new shirt's gonna be like breaking dicks.
I'm so excited to see Keith Lee use his dick-related finisher on everybody. That's what I'm here for personally. Donovan Dijak got the long dick this week. Next week somebody else will. I was blown away that Triple H was like, fuck, dude, yeah, Avalanche Canadian Destroyer, go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, Keith Lee, don't worry about selling it either, man. Just like whatever.
Yeah, go for it. Just do it. That was like the biggest part of NXT. Was
that's a rest hold spot.
If I see, here's the thing. If I see that spot in PWG, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'm still not used to seeing it in WWE, so I see it. I'm like, what the fuck just happened, dude?
Kick out at one, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Kick out at one.
And it's the equivalent of an armbar in WWE.
Yeah, it ain't shit. It's like, oh,
slap in the headlock. Nope, top rope Canadian Destroyer. We did it.
Did you see Raul Mendoza do the springboard headlock? Did you guys watch that match with Trevor Lee?
Yeah.
Dude, that springboard headlock should be his finisher, honestly. He just catches you off guard and beats you with it. It's incredible. I love it.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about Cameron Grimes' hat, dude.
Oh, he did have a hat. It's got some chains on it. That man's crazy.
I did like how he went for the finish real fast again in that match too.
Yeah, the urgency of NXT is nice, honestly.
But it was scouted.
NXT's dope right now. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. Dakota Kai made her return to TV. I actually didn't like this match too much, but it's good that she's back with her Stone Cold knee brace like half the rest of the roster does.
Fucking, they're like 25 and they've been doing top rope Canadian Destroyers and ruin their careers when they're 25.
Yeah, Tegan Knox has like 2 bionic knees at this point. So like,
It's because they're doing top rope Canadian destroyers.
Yeah, I thought it was
12.
crazy. Like Dakota Kai's like, I blew my fucking shit out, so like I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna start using my shit again, like just straight up kicking people. I'm like, wow, that's like like when Stone Cold came back from his knee stuff, he like stopped doing everything. He just like,
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's just like, I ain't never doing nothing that involves my legs no more.
I learned how to throw a punch. That's all Stone Cold
I'm just
does.
punching. Yeah.
I mean, damn, he was good at it too. That's something like people don't know how to do is they can do avalanche Canadian destroyers, can't throw a damn punch.
No one knows how to punch.
That is true.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett came in and made everybody look like a bunch of clowns. That's why they took him off TV. They're like, you make everybody look bad. Dude, get the hell out of here.
Jeff Jarrett comes in.
Those fucking Memphis punches, dude. Like that's what they need to get Jerry Lawler in there to do. Get him in the performance center. Teach him punches.
I need those Jarrett uppercut punches that he used to do.
You've seen some of those old Vader matches. He just flat out would just punch the shit out of you.
I was talking about work punches. I was talking about work punches. Yeah, Vader killed dudes. So,
yeah,
Cactus told him though, just punch me in the head. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet it was so much fun working Cactus early on in like the 90s.
Oh my god.
All right, so I'm not very good at wrestling. Fucking perfect. Just beam me.
Pile drive me on the concrete, dude. It's cool.
Perfect. He's like, can you go to Cactus? Cactus, so what are we gonna do tonight? Well, what do you want to do? How about I spike your head into the concrete
in like a week? So you want to do that again?
It's like I only got 3 concussions last night, so whatever you want to do, I'm pretty good. I've only thrown up 3
fucking
fucking
neck.
times.
Sure, let's go for
it. Vader's like, goddamn kid.
Goddamn pal, I'll drop you on your neck.
Cat just looks at himself in the mirror and points to himself. Fuck that
guy. Just hit me with a real beer bottle. It's fine. Let's go. Remember that match? Wasn't that match where Cactus got hit with a beer bottle 30 times in a row? We talked
I'm pretty sure Cactus got hit with a beer bottle at least 20 times over
every night.
Yeah, like I feel like every Terry Funk match he's got in there.
WCW Cactus. What do you want to do? Kill me? Okay.
WCW Cactus was literally the best though. Like
because he didn't have he probably only had like 3 or 4 shades of CTE at that point, so like he was still able to.
Well, I'm not even kidding. Like as a kid, he used to scare the shit out of me in WCW. Yeah, like for real,
dude. He had the 3 or 4 CTE Cactus, not like the 8 or 10.
Yeah, by the time he got to Randy Orton to do that match with Randy Orton, he had probably like 15 or 20 cases of CTE. They're like, look, man, your brain is literally mush at this point. And he's like,
I know mashed potatoes in your skull, dude.
Yeah, so like, you don't have a brain anymore, Cactus. So what would you like to do with Randy Orton? Can he drive my head into concrete? And this is why Cactus Jack fucking rules. And this is why fucking old school wrestling fucking rules. Because we ain't fucking give a shit. Motherfuckers are out there and die for less. He said there's 45 people in this crowd. Cactus said, drive my head into concrete.
Jake just like DDT on concrete. Remember that? Ricky Steamboat knocked him out.
Oh, Cactus Invader. I can't throw out. You want me to throw forearms or anything? No, punch me in the skull. Oh, perfect.
Rock's done with all of the chair shots. All right, what do you want to do next? I don't know. Fucking pile drive me on the concrete.
You remember back in the day?
That was fucking the Rock's chair. He's like, yeah, hit me in the head with the chair. He said, how many times you want to hit me? The Rock walks on the case. How many times you want me to hit you in the head with the chair? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That was after 15 CTE.
Oh my God. How many was it? Like, was it 15?
It was probably like 30 or something.
He literally was like, was not
probably
there.
like 30.
His fucking soul left his body. Like, that's insane. And The Rock was like in a tracksuit.
Remember when Vader's eyeball fell out? Because that was a thing in wrestling.
And it kept going. That happened
a thing.
That happened with like Daniel Bryan too. There was like retina got like fucking his retina got detached against like Nigel McGuinness. He's like, fuck it, keep going.
But back in my day, that shit fell out every match.
We need more eyeballs falling out in wrestling. More drugs, eyeballs, and CT.
Man.
Wrestling's just not the same, man. Stop playing Uncharted 3, you bastards. You're ruining everything.
Get the fuck off Apex. You just start fucking drinking beer.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all should be at the bars right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be getting a beer. Y'all should be figuring out what you're going to do for the finish next night. Talking about some goddamn
duos. Not like
duos.
30 Canadian destroyers. We want DDTs on concrete. Come on.
Yes.
If you're not willing to die for this shit, what are you here for?
Right.
That's my favorite Tanahashi quote ever. That's my favorite Tanahashi quote ever. Yeah, I fuck with the Dynamite Kid because he was willing to die for this shit. If you ain't willing to die for this shit, why the fuck are you here?
That reminds me of my favorite Scott Hall quote. Hey, yo.
No, nothing will ever. The famous Ric Flair quote. Woo. motherfucker.
Who?
He needs that motherfucker after
That
it.
famous Rick Flair quote. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking Ricky Steamboat at the WrestleMania. No, as the Macho Man would say, whoa, yeah. What the hell? Was that WrestleMania 32? That was the San Francisco one. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, no, Macho Man." Because every old wrestler talks just like that. Like they sound like Lanny Poffo. He's like, "No, Macho Man would say, whoa, yeah." What the hell? Daniel Bryan's like, whatever, man. Like, I gotta fucking go. Like, I just fucking shoot headbutting Dolph Ziggler on the top of this ladder. I'm fucking gone. And then maybe that's why I like Daniel Bryan so much, because he was the same way as Cactus. Dolph was probably like, "What do you want to do tonight, kid?" He's like, I'm gonna fucking slam my head against the fucking wall. He said, "Oh yeah, that sounds good."
I'm dying about the shoe head.
It's like show off.
Yeah, keep it going, kid. He probably asked Ricky Steamboat. He's like, "Ricky, what should I do tonight?" He's like, "I don't know. One of them chop shits, kid."
Whoa, yeah.
He said, "Kid, you're a dragon. I'm a dragon, dude."
Oh man.
And if there's one thing I always remember from the Great Macho Man, it's whoa, yeah.
I can't get Lanny Poffo's voice out of my head now.
Every old wrestler sounds like Lanny Poffo.
We should get Lanny Poffo to do the podcast intro.
Lanny Poffo, can you Lanny Poffo, can you please say the Macho Man's quote? Whoa, yeah.
Whoa, kid. Whoa, yeah.
Every old wrestler ever. It's incredible. Speaking of old wrestlers, man, Killian Dane versus Matt Riddle was fantastic.
A little bit of old school wrestling there.
Speaking of the Macho Man, Killian Dane and Matt Riddle was pretty damn good. That was good though. I mean, like legitimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Riddle. I like him a lot.
I mean, it's not as good as Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, what Tony was talking about, where fucking Danny just yelled Oni and he's like, "Ah!"
Dude, Oni Lorcan is my favorite, dude. He is so good.
Yeah, but the spot, like the Vader bomb spot, was dope in the match.
In what match?
Riddle.
I don't give a fuck. We're talking about Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch.
No, we were still talking about Riddle, but I remember the Vader bomb.
We're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, he did the Vader bomb on a chair, dude.
Darth
It was
Vader?
sick.
Yeah, they fucking did headshots to the head with chairs and shit. I was like, this is sweet. Like what is he called, the knee, the final flash, or is that the other thing he does? Whatever it is,
I don't know.
the knee, the V trigger thing he does. He did it to his head, and I was like, holy shit, I'm protected headshot. Let's get it, dude. Like that's money team. I like that.
What is that called now? Now I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm pretty sure it's the final flash, right?
Well,
you can't check Wikipedia because they took all the finishers off.
You're right.
Assholes. I don't know why they took it
I'll
off.
wait for 2K to come out.
Yeah, this sucks.
Back to Wikipedia taking finishes off. Did you see Oni Lorcan?
Yeah, speaking of Wikipedia, man, goddamn, SmackDown, it's crazy.
You know what Dave Meltzer tweeted today? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, speaking of Dave Meltzer,
Wrestling talk.
Kishin Liger, dude, that was crazy.
Oh man, that really was cool.
Yeah.
That really was cool.
I actually looked up a little bit. I was talking to Marcus on the phone. I was like, man, I don't really know anything about. I've seen this before. I've seen the image just because I went on a lot of wrestling boards, and like I'd always seen that image of Liger.
Yeah,
with
and he
his
always
mask
had
up.
like the best shirts too. Always.
Yeah,
the best shirts.
I didn't know about that before. So I actually thought Chris Jericho was going to come out of that. 'Cause, he does that.
Takahashi. Just takes the mask off. Takahashi. No,
That's what I was thinking. Chris Jericho always does that stuff.
no, but I looked it up. So he's done it. This is the fourth time he's done it, and they had like reiterated that he's only done it 4 times. And I was like, well, who the fuck did he do it against? So I looked it up. He's only done this he waits like half a decade, or sometimes even a decade.
Yes. Although he's done it twice in the past. What?
Well, he did.
It
took 10 years the first time.
He's done it twice in the past. Yes.
It took 10 years the first time. It took 6 years the next time, and then it took 7 years the next time. So the first time he did it was in '96 against Great Muta, and he fucking still lost. Great Muta, look. Great Muta was. I mean, to be honest, Great Muta was kind of like the same thing as Kishin Liger in a way. Like Great Muta was like the alter ego of Keiji Muta. So it's like Like that's kind of just how it is. So
yeah, but he Brock
lost.
Lesnared the shit out of him.
Yeah, he said, "Bitch, double moonsault. This is it." There's nothing that gets me harder than Great Muta making sure he goes over.
Oh man.
So the first time he did it was in '96. I forgot the venue already. But he did it in '96 against Muta. He did it in July of 2006 against Bad Boy Hito. But they actually announced, now this is weird. They announced that Kishin Liger was going to be there before he was actually there. Like they said, tune in to this to see Bad Boy Hito versus Kishin Liger. So it's kind of like the Fiend. Tune in to Hell in a Cell to see the Fiend. Fuck off.
True.
Then he did it again 6 years later in 2012 against Taka Michinoku and Taichi. And I believe he was actually teaming up with Tiger Mask at the point. Taichi the God, by the way. I don't know if you guys fuck with Taichi like that, but a mastermind in the ring and outside the ring. An absolute genius. And then he did it again in, of course, the other night on the 22nd of September in just a big tag thing against Suzuki. And they're going to face off against each other. And I'm assuming in the singles match they do, it's going to be, you know, they haven't announced it that way, but I assume it's going to be Suzuki versus Kishin Liger. So,
speaking of Kishin Liger, Greg Hamilton at Hell in a Cell when it's the title match, I just thought of the funniest thing that's going to happen, because you know how like now they'll sit there and announce the two participants in the title match. He's going to be like, and weighing 200 and blah 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 pounds, the Fiend.
That's what they gotta do it like Nick Gage's intro, and weighing 200 and something motherfucking pounds, badass motherfucking pounds. It's the Fiend. And in his corner,
real, like think about that for what exactly. And in this corner, his opponent is gonna be hilarious.
And in his corner is
the Fiend's just waiting.
Popular quarterback Drew Brees. Son of a bitch.
The Fiend's just waiting in the corner, just like tugging against the ropes, doing like fucking stretches.
The canned 2K animations in the corner.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do the fist pump thing. Yeah. And the Fiend.
Yeah.
Boom. The fist bump. Oh great.
He'll Shawn Michaels lay in the corner real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I can't wait for them to ruin the Fiend. I can't wait for them to ruin the Fiend, because then we get to never stop talking about it. It's gonna be fucking.
They already
fantastic.
did ruin the Fiend.
What do you mean ruin, dude? He's still pissing into his mouth and shit. So like, he's still
the
cool. The
dark match thing they did, they ruined it.
I wasn't there. I ain't see it.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If I ain't see it, it ain't fucking happen.
What's a dark match?
Seth Rollins did 3 curb stomps to him.
What are you talking about?
After Raw went off the air.
I know.
After Raw went off the air, Jar Jar Binks came out.
Yeah, what are you reading? What are you reading? Dirt sheets and shit, you little loser, you little geek ass loser.
All right, so I went to this website called PW Insider, and they told me that they're gonna bury the Fiend.
Did you pay $15 to get all the fucking ads off the site or no?
I did, yes.
Yeah,
I get it delivered to my door. The sheets come to my door every morning.
Porn and dirt sheets, man. Never fails.
We should make my daily regimen website with both of them. Can we change our website with both of those on it?
Yeah, I think we can
Imagine
do
the clicks.
Yeah, I mean, deadlockpw.com/porn insider.
PW, porn wrestling.
Porn wrestling insider. Fuck yeah. We have the AEW UK Fight TV deal.
What do you guys think about that? Actually,
yeah, I actually don't know. I don't.
I would not be down, man. I would not be down for that.
Well, like I don't know,
I'd be
because like
pretty pissed.
People in the UK pay for WWE anyways. You know, like
so.
Yeah, but
what apparently would happen was a leak that they were like on Sunday night. Wasn't that the thing? They got like Sunday nights at like 3 a.m. or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But that came out like early before they actually finalized their negotiations, so that wasn't the actual final time slot.
Thank you, Internet Dirt Sheets.
So, Dirt Sheets are just leaking all this stuff. And then now they're like, you have this Fight TV deal where you can pay, what, $5 a month to watch AEW?
Yes, it's $5 a month. It's not that it's not that big of a deal, but like, I honestly don't know if I'd pay for it.
No, I'd be pissed.
I don't know. That's weird. I'm in a different position than like normal people. So like, I'm a creator. Like, you know what I mean? I have like, people expect at least me to at least like look at it in some sense.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, but you can't look at it through that lens.
That's what I'm saying is like, that's why I said I cannot, it's hard for me to look through the lens of someone from the UK, one, because I'm not there. And I've never dealt with paying for WWE content either, like weekly content, because they did that shit too, and it was more expensive than the Fight TV stuff. It's like, well, if you were conditioned already to pay for it, then the only thing I could see you having a problem with is that, you know, Cody said that they weren't going to do that, and then they did. It's like that. I guess that's what most people had a problem with, is that Cody said that they won't have to, and then they did some cop out shit. They're like, it's only advertisements is the only reason that it's like this, and like that's not true at all. Like someone like looked it up, and like it's not true. So like not only did Cody lie, but then they lied again, which is like the biggest thing I think people have an issue with. At least that's from what I saw.
The fact that they were touting like ITV's the greatest television in the UK and it's fantastic and we got the greatest television deal. WWE can't even get on ITV, and then they have like this really crappy time slot. It's like, yeah, it's like at the end of the week or something. It's like Saturday morning. They're like, well, you can still watch before the pay-per-view. That was their big thing. Well, you still watch, like, because Cody said at the very first Starcast, I think, you know, he's like, Tony Khan big dicked us a slot onto the Good Time on ITV or whatever, and like, that's not right. Obviously things change, and I think AEW learned a lot from that original Starcast, because they said a bunch of stupid ass shit. They were like, Kylie Ray is better than Bailey. Bailey sucks. Do you remember that? Like there was a bunch of like garbage that they were saying. Yeah, and then Kylie Ray is like independent now.
Yeah, so like they just said, like they haven't done it since. They've kind of learned that. I think like that was just like something they had to learn, because I think before, you know, they still in that like indie mindset almost, where it's like anything is good things. Yeah, it's not really
absolutely.
It's not really that way anymore. You have to deliver on the things. You have to build trust with your brand. You know what I mean? And that's all the time we got. All right, I think that's a good place to stop. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Deadlock. I'm thinking of the episode title right now in my head, and it's probably going to be like loud noises, because I really don't even know what we talked about in this episode. We just had a good time hanging out. Honestly, catching up.
Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, and the best.
I think this is probably my favorite episode, just because I didn't have to talk about Raw and SmackDown. If you guys want to support the podcast, remember heading over to Apple, leaving that 5-star rating and review. Of course, Patreon's always an option. Patreon.com/DeadlockPW. Buy yourself a shirt. Damn it! Buy a shirt! Shop.deadlockpw.com. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. You'll cherish it. You'll enjoy it even more when you wash it the first time. And we will catch you guys next week when we talk about the AEW debut on TNT and the NXT show. Maybe. We'll see how we get around to it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you guys out on the next episode of the Deadlock Podcast.